Back to receive for the Drillers is Harvey Rogers, number 1 and 84.
Well, a very good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to some big-time California football. This is the Division 1A Central Section Valley Championship, and it's the southern part of the valley. Two Bakersfield teams in all white on the left of your screen. The Frontier Titans, number 3. They're kicking off to the Blue Crew at home, the Bakersfield High School Drillers, and we are underway in what has been one of the most hyped football games in recent memory, and the Drillers are going to start off in a really good situation as Harvey Rogers gets to the 40-yard line. Again, welcome everybody. This is Vance Palm on the Curtin High Network in association with NFHS. What a pleasure to have you with us this evening. It's been a festive night, and when we have a game this big, we bring out the big guns to be my partner in this young man, a BHS alumni class of 2006. He was a Valley champion football player in 2005 as a Driller, and then as a coach, 07, 13, and 16, a Valley championship coach, the 13 state championship coach. From 2013 to 2021, he was the offensive line coach. 2021, he became an offensive coordinator. Now he is the head football coach at North High School, a Driller at heart, but now coaching on the northern part of the town. He's promised to be as even-keeled as he can be, but we are so thrilled to have Coach Adam Levinson with us. Coach, great to be here. The Drillers get a great return, but they get pushed back on a 1st and 10. A nice play by Frontier. We had you on our In the Huddle show to start things off, but we might not have all the audience for the game that we had there. Your brush-stroke thoughts on this big football game tonight.
Man, this is a big night for both crowds. Big night for Kern County and Bakersfield football. Like you said, great return for the Drillers to start, but unfortunately an illegal block in the back, and they're trying to get the run game established and tackle for loss to start. So let's see where they go from here.
2nd and 14.
Little pre-snap shift to quads right.
Cavazos, the quarterback, flicks one out to the right side. It's caught out there. The catch is good, but the defense from Frontier even stronger, even quicker. So we had heard that possibly there might have been a surprise quarterback start for the Drillers, but there's no surprise. It's Elijah Cavazos as QB, jersey 9.
Yeah, I think that would have been a big ask of a freshman to make his first start in the Valley Championship game. So, maybe not as much of a surprise as we thought, but good start for Frontier's defense here. They look like starting out strong. Let's see what BHS can do on this 3rd down. They're coming out and looks like 10 personnel, doubles.
The whistles blow already. We see this in these big championship games. We see early timeouts. They happen from time to time. There's been a week building up to this. Last week, Drillers got their heroic win that we'll get to in just a moment. Frontier battled a scrappy, rough and tumble Centennial Golden Hawk team that didn't have their quarterback in Jet Santiago for the last month of football, so they were figuring out ways to win. Centennial was figuring out ways, as Coach Sterrett says, to win ugly. Couldn't get it done against Frontier. Frontier handled their business, got it done. Meanwhile, the Drillers here had a last-second, right out of Hollywood, long field goal kick to win it, to get to this game. So for a week now, Coach, everybody's been building this game up as the game of the year. It's really, really big. So sometimes coaches, and you'll be attest to this, sometimes you call a timeout, you don't see what you like, but also it's like, hey, guys, calm down.
Yeah, we got to settle the nerves a little bit, get everybody dialed in, make sure that everybody's on the same page. So 10 personnel here for the Drillers.
3rd and 14, Cavazos looks down the right side, throws it. He's hit as he lets it go, but no flag. So a quick 3 and out by the Drillers, and it's got to just be salt on the wound because Harvey Rogers' kickoff return was to the 40-yard line. So they're going to have to regroup and boot this ball as far as they can and get that defense to step up.
Yeah, they're probably hoping to play the field position game here. And like you said, you hate to see that on the first drive. You get a great return, and as a coach, you're thinking, hey, here we go. We're getting the ball rolling, and penalty brings it back. And, it always seems to happen like that, especially early in the game. But I'm interested to see what happens as both these teams start to settle in a little bit.
Oh, a one-hopper. Oh, my goodness. And he actually gets another great punt off, and it's about a 45-yarder that gets to the 42-yard line. So
And the kick gets to the
are you kidding me?
42-yard line,
Another
where the Titans will have it
heroic
first
moment
and
by
10.
their kicker punter, Jack Hopkins. Last week, he's the one that made the 41-yarder to get them to this game. And right now, Coach, he one-hops a football bounce, which they don't always end up friendly, scoops it up and gets it to the 42-yard line. The mystery of Jack Hopkins still continues.
Yeah, that's huge for the Drillers. I mean, the last thing you want to see is, a safety or, God forbid, a touchdown early on a special teams play. But good field position for them off of that fumble.
Frontier now looking to see what they can do on the ground. Big, strong run there by who else? R.J. Green. R.J. Green, we have a couple of back-to-back
Grievous Green, the junior,
Kern High Network player of the games
on
in
the carry.
the game tonight. It was R.J.
Britton
Green 2
Brown
weeks
on the
ago,
stop.
and then Malcolm Watkins last week.
That's a great run to start for them. See, they're coming
Gain
down.
of 6,
Looks
second
like an
and
11
4.
personnel, trips right. Looking to probably establish the run game early.
Campbell again hands off to Green. Green, as Coach Levinson said, trying to get something established. He keeps breaking tackle after tackle after tackle. They had him at the line of scrimmage, but Green bowls ahead for a big first down, and just like that,
Green picks
Frontier
up enough yardage for
in
a Titan
really
first
decent
down.
field territory at the 29-yard line of BHS.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, R.J. Green is a tough
Jack
runner. We
Wells
had him
and a
over
host
at
of
Garces a
drillers.
couple years ago, and since he came over to
On
Frontier,
the
he's been a big part of their
stop.
offense. He's done a great
First and
job.
10 at the
But
29.
he's known for being a bruising back. He'll pound the ball between the tackles, and so good job by Frontier getting the run game established here early.
Driller defense on their heels quickly here as they had a 3-and-out presented to them, and now as Campbell barks at Braxton Shirley and gets Riley over there as well, they stay with Green. Bob's one tackle, but can't get much after that. The Driller defense there finally steps in. Again, everybody, great to have you with us. Kern High Network Game of the Year. I'm Vance
Jr.
Palm.
on
I'm
the carry.
alongside head
Picks
coach
up
Adam
1,
Levinson of the
second
North
and
High
9.
Stars, and we're going to get a chance to talk to him about his season and how that went, and when we get an opportunity. And I told you we're bringing out all the big guns tonight. Javier Valdez, the glue of the Kern High Network, is on camera and computer tonight, and he was taking a ton of shots for the Achieve magazine that's going to be coming out in the next episode soon. So we've got all the big shots in here tonight and me. Campbell on a 2nd and 9. Boots to his right, looks, throws, has a super strong arm, and it's a touchdown pass. What a throw. What a pass to Kobe Watson.
Kobe
And
Watson
Brady
on the
Campbell
completed pass from
puts
Brady
an early
Campbell.
stamp on this name. He boots right, and he threw an absolute perfect pass to a young man that is making big waves in the college coaching circles, and that is Kobe Watson, the all-everything junior. Touchdown, Frontier.
Man, you couldn't ask for a better start if you're the Frontier Titans. 3-and-out on defense, and then come out, get the run game established a little bit, and then play action, hit a deep pass on the boot. I bet they're probably feeling pretty good on the sidelines right now.
I would imagine. Here's the PAT, and they're always important, but even
Snap
more
is
important
good, the hold is good.
in these
The
postseason
kick is
championship
no
games. And
Titans
No
6,
good.
so
Drillers
it had to be
0.
wide left.
Yep.
So, as I was just saying, how important these are, and Coach, you've seen them happen where they're early in the game, the missed PAT, but boy, they can come back. So, Coach Levinson, great to have you with us. Great start here. You know, you talked about the bigness of this game. We had you on in the huddle earlier. But there's going to have to come a time, as Steve Wofford said. Steve said, and also the BHS legend said, you know, the team that can kind of settle down the earliest, the team that can kind of get relaxed the earliest is going to have an advantage. Your thoughts on that?
No doubt. I mean, anytime you're playing in a game like this with this kind of atmosphere, you know the adrenaline's going to be running high. And, you know, sometimes when that happens, players can do things that are out of character. And so I think you're absolutely right. The team that can settle down and, you know, focus on what they do and do it well, they're going to be the team that's going to be tough to stop. And, I mean, you saw it early on the first snap on that punt. It was a great play by the punter, but even then you can kind of see the nerve setting in a little bit for the Drillers.
Jack Hopkins approaching legend status before the game started, and then he one-hops what could have been a safety.
And there's a touchback.
And then the long boot for the Titans, and not lost on any of us so far was the missed PAT, so it's not a 7-0 score. You know, if you're Coach Bandy, You march down the field, you have this great touchdown. The last thing you want is a missed PAT.
Absolutely. You hate to see those early, and then, depending on how the game unfolds, you don't want to be chasing that 2-point conversion later in the game. So we'll have to just see how everything goes. But I'd look to see the Drillers get their run game established a little bit. I know Bryson Abbott's had a heck of a year.
Cavazos in the shotgun. The aforementioned Abbott, we'll talk about him certainly. And the Frontier D is up there and making some noise early. They hand the ball off to Abbott.
Loss of 2.
He's met at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 12.
And they say it's going to be a loss. They don't get him back to the line of scrimmage. Young man's had great season and racked up some serious numbers. 1,572 yards coming into tonight. Averages just under 9 yards a carry. Averages 131 yards a game.
Yeah, those are incredible numbers. And, one thing, the strength of BHS has been owning the line of scrimmage. And we talked about that on In the Huddle earlier. So I think that's going to be a key to the game is who can control that line of scrimmage tonight.
2nd and 12. Cavazos wants to throw, fires it, and it's, in dangerous territory. No flag. The Driller faithful wants something, but I think the Driller faithful should be pretty happy that wasn't picked off.
Austin, the intended receiver.
Ooh.
No doubt. That looked like it could have gone either way.
Cleek Austin was the intended receiver, but then, Coach, all of a sudden the Drillers are now, again, 3rd and long.
Yeah, not a situation you want to be in early in the game. You really want to stay ahead of the chains and give yourself 3rd and manageable if you're this offense. So see what they can do here on 3rd down. Looks like they got a little trips right formation.
Under 8 to go in the first quarter. Cavazos rolls to his right, lets it fly, and it's just a little bit long, and it's wide also, out of bounds. So
Fourth down.
Frontier crowd over there across the way, they're awfully excited here to start off with a touchdown and then get the ball back here for the 2nd time in just under 8 minutes, and the dangerous Malcolm Watkins stands at the 50-yard line.
That's 2 3-and-outs early for this Frontier defense. They got to be feeling really good about the way they're playing. If I was this punter, I'd be thinking, keep it away from Watkins.
Watkins back to receive.
Hopkins has had a storied junior year here. And that ball it might have been nicked, Coach.
Frontier definitely was coming after it. They had some pressure on him.
Well, Hopkins went down. He had contact, so I think that ball was nicked, no flag.
Ball will be down at the 45-yard
So
line.
right now, Frontier looks to have everything rolling their way, even special teams, specifically even their punt block squad.
Yeah, they came ready to play tonight, and they're putting the pressure on the Drillers, and we'll have to see how the Drillers can come back and react to that. You got to hope for them that they can come out and, get a stand on defense if you're their coaching staff.
Head coach Sean Sheehy went to speak to the official. I think that's probably what he went to confirm. My guy, the ball got nicked, right, because my punter got laid out. And he didn't seem to have any type of argument, so he turns around and gets ready for another defensive stance. 1st and 10. Campbell wants to throw again. Campbell looks, no, he's going to run, or is he? No, he's going to throw, and that gun of his connects again with who else? This young man here gets into the end zone. Does he? Does he? Touchdown! Sombeginyu. Frontier. 2 passes from Brady Campbell, 2 touchdowns.
Wow, that's a heck of a start for them.
Campbell.
Man, he got out there on the perimeter, and you were right. It looked like he might think about running it for a second there, but then I think he looked up and he saw that wide receiver open on the sideline, threw a strike, great catch, and a couple broken tackles, and all of a sudden it's 12-0 Titans. Hot start for them.
Coach, they're not going to chase 2, like you mentioned.
No, I think it's too early for that. I think if I, as a head coach, you got to think about the long play here, and kicking an extra point right here is probably the smart move.
Braden Boozer. No, Coach, what do we know?
Will you look at that? Will you look at that? They had a trick up their sleeve, didn't they, VP?
Well, look at that, Coach.
14,
Hugo Flores
0.
in there at the holder, and he took the direct snap, and off he went. Man, they had to have been practicing that all week long, huh?
What a night for Hugo. What a start. He's a senior, the holder. So he and his kicker said, hey, we missed the first one. Let's shock the world. And they do. A quick 14-0 start for these Titans on 2 Brady Campbell touchdown passes.
Well, you know, the Drillers do have a dynamic offense, and they put up points this year, so they can't panic right now. They just got to look to, like you said earlier, they got to settle in and try to establish something and get a couple first downs and possess the ball and hopefully put the Titans on their own side of the 50-yard line for the first time this game.
Sombe Ginyu is a great athlete, a DB, wide receiver, senior. Such a great athlete. After catching the touchdown pass, he's going to come out and kick. How's that?
Love to have a guy like that, huh?
Yeah, thanks. Where's my tee? Low kick, taken at the 4-yard line. Can the Drillers get some good field position here? And it's going to be a nice opportunity. Can he get it going?
Lomax takes it at the 3 and gets close to
got a flag on the sidelines here on the near side.
What in the world's happening there, Coach? We see Braxton Watkins, number 29 for the Titans, way over here off the sidelines on the Driller side. And a flag flies, so.
Looks like they took out the water boy on the sidelines. That's never good.
Wow. Well, I can only assume, and I have to be very honest with our audience, I was not watching the sideline. I was watching the play, but then I saw a flag come into my sight line. I looked down, and there's a Titan well into the sidelines at BHS. All I could think is they blocked him out that way. They shoved him out of bounds on the block.
Yeah, a white jersey and a sea of blue out there. And I'm just worried about the water boy down there, VP. I know those things are expensive.
Water boys are.
Sideline warning on the Driller.
Okay. Got it. Maybe something happened after the play over here. Maybe a little extracurricular activity, as they say. But
Sportsmanlike correction
oh,
unsportsmanlike
okay. I was going to say they're moving it back, so it can be a warning. So an unsportsmanlike conduct. Something happened on the Driller sideline.
Early penalties are killing the Drillers right now.
Man, you're right.
That's the thing that you always worry about as a coach. You know, you gotta see who's going to be the more disciplined team tonight.
Rogers was in motion for a moment. Now in trouble is Cavazos. He's got to get rid of it, and they do pick up a couple yards there. So after all is said and done, a 2-yard gain for the Drillers. And one thing about Cavazos, the quarterback for the Drillers, very agile, very nimble. He can get around. So that's a good thing.
Absolutely. He's done a great job of extending plays all year long, and did a great job there as well. And, you know, I've been a little surprised so far that the Drillers have kept it spread out as much as they have. I kind of thought that maybe they would get under center and get to some 21 personnel and try to run the ball a little bit more, but they seem to have a lot of confidence in their passing attack, so we'll see what happens.
Cavazos has passed for a little over 1,700 yards this season. 6.5 remaining in the first quarter. Frontier up early, 14-0. And here is what Coach Levinson was talking about, and that is an attempt of a run play that may be a yard, maybe, and it's going to be another 3rd and long, Adam.
Yep, Brenton Brown on the carry there. He's
Green Jr. on the stop.
He's been the second half of the two-back backfield for the Drillers. Him and Bryson Abbott have had a heck of a year, and I know that Brenton's really come on as of the second half of the season, so you think that they look to get both those guys established early, but hey, at least they have a 3rd and manageable here. They're not behind the sticks again, so let's see what they can do here on 3rd down.
Under 6 to go in the first quarter. Welcome, everybody. The Division 1A Central Section Championship held in Bakersfield. We're at BHS, the host school, old school, welcoming in new school, Frontier. Cavazos, quick drop, throws, flings it, finds his man. Hey, look at the Drillers. Here we go. Can he get all the way to the end zone? Oh, what a nice cutback. Ball's on the ground, fumble!
Looks like he fumbles the ball.
Titans recover.
The Titans recover the fumble at the 39-yard line.
That is a heartbreaker for the Drillers. You see number 1 in an open field like that, you wonder if he's going to get caught. You think he might have a chance to score, and then all of a sudden, just like that.
Harvey Rogers makes a great catch out on the flats, took off, and it was going to be basically it was literally one-on-one. Jersey 1 Rogers and Jersey 1 Watkins. And as he slowed down to make a move, another Frontier Titan came in, punched the ball out, and wow, what a start for both teams. One horrific, the other fantastic.
Yeah, if you're on that Driller sideline right now, you got to just be trying to settle your guys down, keep them composed, keep their head in the game. defense got to come out and get this ball back for him.
Will Coach Bandy and Campbell strike quickly, and
Incompleted pass.
underthrown.
Intended receiver was Watson.
And it was intended out there for Kobe Watson, underthrown from the get-go. But you can see Coach Bandy and his offensive mindset right after that turnover. Let's go right back to the air.
Yeah, trying to get a little quick screen on the perimeter, get his guys in space, and let his athletes make plays. I think that that's a great approach.
If you're just getting with us, you're just getting to your phone, your laptop, whatever it is, and you dialed us up, yes, 14-0 is the score here in the first quarter. Campbell hands the ball off, and they still continue to try to grind it out, and they get some more out of R.J. Green.
That's a good carry on second down, 5-yard carry. Trying to
the
pound the ball between the tackles. They've done a good job of that so far. So
gain of 5.
Being in third and medium,
and
you know, you
5.
can kind of expect anything here. I think the whole playbook's wide open for him.
And with a 2-touchdown lead early, you're not feeling the pressure of having it to be, the call of the game,
No doubt. And they come back with their spread formation. We got trips right to the bottom of your screen.
Campbell shifts a little bit. He makes Watson and Shirley switch up, and a timeout. The play was taking quite a long time to unfold. Boy, that's perfect. That gives us an opportunity to get to know my colleague for the evening. And I'll tell you what, when we figured out we were going to have this game, and Stan Green, the Director of School Support Services, the visionary for the Kern High Network and for Achieve Magazine and In the Huddle, and he got a hold of me and he goes, "Hey, I've got a surprise for you." And I go, "Who's that?" And he said, "Adam Levinson's going to be your partner." I said, "Oh, my man, let's get going." I gave the bio of you. Let's jump right to this season. Richie Bolin leaves North High School after doing a great job there, a really good job. He goes over and gets the unbelievable position of taking over from Coach Nixon at Liberty. That was one story in itself, but another story, not lost on anybody and certainly not lost in the world here in the sports world, is Adam Levinson taking over at North. Your first thoughts when you got the call?
Oh, man, I just said what a great opportunity for me and for my family. I've been coaching football for 15 years here in Kern County. I was at BHS for 8 and then moved over to Garces, and I was over there for 7. And so it was awesome, and I was excited to get that opportunity to take over.
They come out of the timeout, and instead of a real tricky play, they basically give them a hard count and get the first down. So you get over to North High School. You've been over in that field many times before, but now you're the head guy there. How different did it feel?
It's completely different. I can't even explain it. Being a position coach and a coordinator, there's a lot of responsibility, but nothing quite like being a head coach. I mean, when you're the head guy, all the questions come to you and all the administrative duties that go with it.
Campbell quickly looks to his right, has his guy, and glued out there by Jalen Ford. It was intended for Malcolm Watkins, but Ford all over it, and it would have had to been a Herculean effort to make the catch and then do something with it. So that'll bring up a 2nd and 10. The ball's at midfield.
Yeah, it looked like he had Kobe Watson open there at the number 2 receiver, but hard to tell if it was an overthrow to him or if he was really looking for Watkins up the sideline.
Quick start for Titans. Campbell stands at his own 44 in the shotgun. He's got Green on his left hip. They give it to Green. Look out, everybody. Boy. He's got, and he slips up. And even the BHS announcer
Green
saying,
oh,
my.
Slips and falls.
And
Picks
RJ, not only is he a dangerous runner, when we had in the huddle there a couple weeks ago, we asked in the Q&A on camera, we asked who the hardest hitter was. And the players that were on our set said, RJ. So you're talking about the running back also being tagged as the hardest hitter on the team. That's a potent punch right there.
Absolutely. Well, I know R.J. Green, and he has some experience playing middle linebacker too. So I think that, anytime you're coming downhill at the defensive position, it definitely prepares you to lay the wood on offense as well.
Under 4 to go, first quarter, 1st and 10. Campbell surveys it quickly, looks to the right, and he quickly connects with Watson. Watson stopped at the 30-yard line. Nice job there by the drill defense that he doesn't get more. Your thoughts on Kobe Watson?
Oh, unbelievable talent.
Wells and a host
they
of
are
drillers
loaded on
the
the offensive side of the ball. I mean, you look around in the speed and the athleticism they have. Like, they're going to be tough to stop.
2nd and 3.
And it looked like they went back to that same play that they ran on first down, and they found him, and he was open again. So they might have found a little hole in the Drillers' defense to see if they're able to adjust and plug that up.
Important times right here for this Driller defense. It is 2nd and 3. The ball's at their 31. Campbell feeling comfortable back there. They give it to Green, and he escapes a couple of tackles, and he gets awfully close to that first down. And I'll say it now, Coach. Boy, these Drillers need to wrap up when they get an opportunity.
Yeah, they look like they had him dead to rights, and RJ broke a couple of tackles and, made it a positive gain for him, and that's important when you're on the offensive side of the ball. Tackle for losses can kill a drive. They're momentum killers.
Under 3 to go here. We're in the first quarter. Great to have you with us on the Current 9 Network in association with NFHS Valley Championship Football in the Central Section of California, and it's a good one already. I'm Vance Palm with Adam Levinson and Javier Valdez up here with us. 3rd and short 3. From directly behind center, Green hit hard, and it's going to be awfully close.
Green Jr. again on the carry.
And I think they're going to say 4th down, Coach. Ooh.
Yeah, a little old school football there. 21 personnel, I formation, and they're under center running it. And that's honestly what I kind of expected from the Drillers tonight. We played them week 5. We saw a lot of that from them, and I thought that might be their game plan tonight would be come out and establish the run and control the ball. But they've been trying to let it fly on offense. And, early they had some struggles. They did have that big pass last drive, but, unfortunately that turnover kind of throttled them down a little bit. So
all right, here's a big statement down right here in the first quarter. You don't say that all the time, but Campbell might take it himself, and he plows forward. So the big, burly junior quarterback right
Campbell,
behind the center, who happens to be his cousin.
For Titans, 1st down.
Yeah, Brady Campbell's a big QB, so I think that was a great choice by their coaching staff, letting him keep the rock and just lean forward and get what he could. That's tough to stop.
Well, when you've known your center his whole life and vice versa, and you've been on camping trips and fishing trips and snow trips and beach trips, and you've been taking snaps from him forever, they probably have that kind of like just silent, innate
chemistry.
I'm going when you're going. You snap it, we're out.
Yeah,
Let's
no doubt. There's probably a lot of trust there too.
A rare freshman all-area center last year. Rarely do you see a freshman all-area in football, and Karsten did it.
Yeah, that's a special kid.
Campbell has the time, stands back, throws it, launches it, does not connect.
Incompleted pass.
With Ginyu.
Yeah, that was great defense by J.L. Wells, number 21 for the Drillers. He was all over him.
2nd down and 10.
We're at the minute mark left here in this first quarter. Absolutely jam-packed house, not a seat anywhere on either side of the field. People standing all around the concession areas, all around the track. And I got here early and was parking 3 streets over.
Face mask.
Oh,
okay,
wow.
Offensive face mask.
Has been called on the Titans.
On Frontier, that'll march it back. That's very beneficial for the Drillers at this
stage. Back to the 42-yard line.
Must have been an illegal hands to the face on an offensive lineman up front. But you're absolutely right, VP. The environment tonight's electric. The stands are packed, and, this is reminding me of the old BHS.
You said it. Walford said it. When you and I were walking off the set to come up here to call the game, he said, man, this is bringing back some old memories. Campbell rolls to his right, stops, throws backs to his left, and a really nice job by Brenton Brown. We haven't mentioned Brenton Brown's name until now. Brenton Brown was our Current 9 Network Player of the Game up at Highland. When the Drillers went up to Highland early in the season, it was heralded as one of the biggest games of the year, and the Drillers went up and took care of business. And Brenton Brown did it all: offense, defense, special teams. He was the Current 9 Network Player of the Game. And, there's a lot that's said about Bryson Abbott, but I'm here to tell you, Brenton Brown gets a lot of respect and credibility amongst his peers and the coaching staff.
Absolutely. Well, they do kind of have a two-headed monster in the backfield there, and defensively, he's a load to stop as well. Great play design by the Titans. Unfortunately, they're just one block short.
Campbell goes up top, throws it up high enough for his athlete to get it, and almost intercepted. So Campbell put it up there for Watkins to get it, but Jalen Ford did just as fine of a job of breaking that thing up. That was up there for a while, and the clock stops with 6 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, that's great offense versus great defense right there, and Jalen
right.
Ford was in perfect position. I thought he might come down with that one. That would have been a big momentum swing for the Drillers if he could have, but, you know, they still got him. They got him 3rd and 27 right here, so let's see if they can get a stop and get the ball back and get something going on offense.
3rd and forever, 27 to be exact.
You got to be thinking some kind of screen or draw maybe right here for the Titans, or maybe another deep pass to one of those big wideouts.
They just hand it to Green and say, do something. He slips again. It's the second time in a row now that RJ slipped, and he goes straight down. You can see that middle patch of the field because, Coach, you know it. You played here. By the time we get into late November, early December, the field's kind of taking its toll, and now you have soccer starting. So we're at the end of the first quarter. Hope you're enjoying this. We sure are. It's 14-0 right now. Frontier up on the Kern 9 Network. We'll be back right after this second quarter.
Tonight's football
Central
game has been
Championship.
selected as the Kern.
Hey! You should be earning interest on your savings. Make the money work for you. Take cash, direct deposit, or check.
I think a pony is a smart investment.
My rate for dishes is going up with inflation.
Is my weekly allowance up for a negotiation?
I'm also open to a salary position.
Back to receive.
All right.
Rogers.
We start off the second quarter with a punt. Frontier's going to do the punting. The Drillers going to do the returning. And it's not a good punt by Frontier at all. And it actually almost
side of his foot.
Did it go backwards?
No, it looked like he netted about 3 yards on that punt.
Wow. So Forrester, maybe with his worst punt of the season, at a time when the Drillers couldn't be more ecstatic about that. They needed something good here, Coach.
Absolutely. They got to be loving that right now. So they got the ball at the 35-yard line. Fresh second quarter ahead of them. And they're only down 14-0 after all that, all those follies in the first quarter. So let's see what they can get cooking here.
That's the voice of head coach Adam Levinson, North High School head coach, longtime Driller player and coach, also a Garces Ram coach. And now he's elevated up to being on the Kern High Network color analyst gig. Man, what a life, what a life. Okay, they stay on the ground with it. Drillers trying to get past this big defensive line for Frontier, and the Titans really just making it rough. L.J. Riley was one of the first to get in there, as well as Nathaniel Neal. And Nate Neal, we've called his name a lot this year on the network.
Yeah, I've been really impressed with this Frontier defensive front. Their front seven has really controlled the line of scrimmage so far, and, that's been the strength of the Drillers all year long. Like you said earlier, Bryson Abbott, over 1,000-yard rusher. Brenton Brown's been running the ball well for them, so you got to think that they're probably asking some questions on the sideline over there.
No gain on the first play, 2nd and 10. We're just underway now in the second quarter.
10 personnel, doubles.
They go to the air, and it's almost picked off. Oh, and he read it like a book, and he almost had it. Mekhi Watkins, and Watkins was off to the races had he got it. Oh.
Yeah, that was close, and that would not have been good for the Drillers.
Well, he had a head of steam, and he's awfully quick as well, so the Drillers are going to really have to dial something in here. We see Davis Olson, the junior tight end, wide receiver, linebacker goes in. Julian Grego goes in.
That's Xander Holtz on the coverage.
Yeah, we'll see what the Drillers have dialed up here on 3rd and 10. Looks like they're coming out in a maybe a 21 personnel again. No, they're in a trips bunch set to the top of the bottom of the screen for you. Oh, in a wildcat formation.
Can they get something going? Oh, what a great play there. A big-time play by Songbe Ginyu. And
Rogers on the carry.
he's already received a touchdown.
Nongsbeth
Yeah, and it looked
on the
like
stop. Fourth down.
Rogers had it set up with Julian Grego out in front, but he just kind of outran his blocking a little bit there. And maybe if he had been a little bit more patient and let number 11 make the lead block for him and cut it back, he might have had an opportunity, but got a little antsy, and, you know, they made a great tackle on the perimeter. Frontier's done a great job. They've been sure tackling all night long. Another
Hopkins
close one.
And
Missed
Watkins
tackle.
breaks the
Watkins
first
on the
tackle.
carry.
Watkins looking to go deep, and he
Watkins
gets
is
taken
finally
care
run out
of
of bounds.
and taken down at the 31-yard line. And now Frontier
Ruli
with
Villegas
over
on
10
the
minutes
stop.
to go here in this second quarter. Will
About
start
35
at about the
yard punt
35-yard line. Oof.
By Watkins, where the
Sure enough,
Titans
we
have
mentioned
it
the
first and
sure
10.
tackling of the Frontier Titans, and then, you know, the Drillers had an opportunity to make a tackle for pretty much no gain, and they missed it. And, you know, those kinds of mistakes in the game could really add up as you go along, and field position's a big part of high school football.
Horse collar coach was I thought I saw it happen, but I didn't see a flag. A lot of the staff and the players for Frontier
Well, it's a penalty
were
on
doing
the
the
play.
horse collar sign language there, and it didn't happen. And I didn't see it. I didn't see the flag, but it happened.
Titans have it at
That's
the
a second
17.
15-yard penalty for the Drillers. And that's never a good thing when they have the ball inside the 20 to start the drive.
1st and 10, Campbell hands the ball off to Green. Green hit hard a couple times, and I'll tell you what, this defense for the Drillers has been
Green
tasked
Jr.
with
on
doing
the
quite a
carry.
bit here early.
Yeah, let's see if they can answer the call. Good little outside run from the Frontier Titans. Looked like a buck sweep concept. They looked like both guards were pulling. Trying to get R.J. Green on the perimeter. You know, he's been running the ball inside the tackles all night long.
Loss
They
of
want to see if
one,
they can get him
second
outside
down,
one time.
11.
Second and 11. They actually lost a yard there. Drillers attacking, coming aggressive, and it pays off. They brought everybody that time, run or pass.
Watkins
They were coming
Jr.'s
at them.
Little counter run for the Frontier Titans. It looked like they had a tight end wing up on the
By a
top
host
side
of
and
Drillers.
double receiver down on the bottom side. And you saw the right guard and the wing both pulling to the left, and the guard looking to kick him out and the wing looking to lead up. But they got chased down from the backside there.
And to that point we
Third
just
down
made,
and about
is this Driller
13.
defense up for it? Yeah, that was a big stop there. Trevor Horn letting me know that Campbell was 4 for 7, 78 yards in the first. No offensive yards for the Drillers in the first quarter other than the long pass that was fumbled. So they did get the long pass in there, but it was fumbled. So thank you, Trevor.
Yeah, tough start for the Drillers offensively, but it looks like the defense is starting to settle in a little bit. So let's see if they can get another big stop here on 3rd and long.
Campbell takes a look, whistles blow, and
Delay
Delay
game.
game.
yeah, it was getting to that moment. It seemed like it was getting really close, and sure enough.
That's always tough as a coach. You see the back judge, and he starts
CIF
waving his
t-shirts
arm,
for
and you see it count down. You're like, let's
by
go,
the
let's go,
snack
snap the
bars
ball.
if you're interested
And it's
in
tough to decide whether to
CIF
call a timeout or
CS
take the penalty. I know the
t-shirts.
Titans only have one timeout left in the half, so they might be thinking we need to save it for later, and we'll see if that one hurts them here.
A little over 8.5 remaining here in the half. 14-0. Frontier struck early, but have stalled out a little bit. 3rd and 18. Huge play here. Campbell fires, and it's caught out there. And again, Songbe
Completed pass
Ginyu.
to Ayala.
Great throw and catch. Makes it a lot easier field goal if they're it looks like they're running on
Reyes on the
the
stop for the
field goal team right now.
Drillers.
So
4th down.
they seem to keep looking to attack that same soft spot in the Drillers' defense. Drillers look like they're probably in a zone defense, and there's a little hole right out there, kind of in the flat area, and that's the 3rd time we've seen them have an open receiver out there, and the 2nd time that they made a throw and catch in that area. So It'll be interesting to see how the Drillers adjust. I know they have the replay on the sideline. I'm sure they're over there showing their kids.
Okay, Braden Boozer, 29-yarder, 7:39 left in the half. Boozer, it's up, and it is good. Oh, the Drillers almost got it. It launched out, full-fledged launching. Couldn't get it, and it's 17-0. Boozer with a big 3-point field goal.
Yeah, that's a huge possession for them early in the game. But, you know, if you're the Drillers defense, you got to probably be pretty happy with that. They started with the ball inside the 20, and, you know,
right.
they stopped them, and they held them to 3 points. So I think that's probably a win for them.
7.5 remain here in this first half. And for those of you just getting to the live stream, it's great to have you with us. I'm Vance Palm with Adam Levinson and Javier Valdez.
Today with a hot, fresh chicken finger meal. Nobody can resist hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers.
It's been all Frontier Titans so far in the half.
Guaranteed to score a goal with
their defense has been tough. Offense has been moving the ball pretty consistently. Like you said, Brady Campbell's been slinging it. He started the game 2 for 2 with 2 touchdowns. And since then, you know, they still had some success. So I think he's 5 for 8 now. You said he was 4 for 7 earlier.
Lomax and Rogers back to receive.
Long way to go. A lot of football left here for both teams. Let's see if this ball can carry. Again, you can get it to the 6.
Rogers takes it at the 6.
Rogers looking for some. Oh, big hit up there. What a pop. A big block.
21, 22.
A little extracurricular down here on the near sideline. But good sportsmanship. Everybody slapping each other on the head.
For the Titans.
You know, the thing you really got to remember, Vance, is that both these teams, they're high flying and they're high powered. So at any point, it can happen. Exactly. You can see an explosive play, and I think that the Drillers are just looking for something positive, trying to get a little momentum and see if they can get something going here. But so far, Frontier's defense has done a great job of bottling them up, and let's see what they got here.
Cavazos in the shotgun. In motion goes Veazey. Cavazos flicks it over to Veazey. Veazey now can do some damage out there if he can break a tackle, which he does. And Veazey picks up the first down. Flag on the play late.
Flag on the play.
Late.
Veazey on the reception. There is a flag on the play, however.
They picked up enough yards for the first, but we'll see what the call is.
I think it's going to be a holding call on the perimeter out there.
Well, when the flag was thrown, I did see some Frontier football players clapping as if they saw something in conjunction with the yellow.
Yeah, and it seems like every time the Drillers get a little something going, it shoot themselves in the foot.
Here's the call, and it will be a hold.
Holding on the Drillers.
You know, but that that penalty occurred downfield, so it should be around a 1st and 11, yeah. So it's not going to kill them.
Right.
But
you can see some of the frustration, some of the Driller faithful, their arms kind of going up in there like, come on now.
Yeah, our home stands have kind of quieted down in the second quarter.
And Coach, that's huge. That's huge. I mean, if you're a Frontier Titan fan on that other side and you don't hear this place going crazy and raucous, you know, that's a win in itself. 17-0 right now. Frontier up. The Drillers on a 1st and 11. The ball's at their own 22 here with 7 minutes to go in the half.
11 personnel, motion to trips.
Cavazos flies one out here, and this could get picked off. Oh, almost.
Wow.
And almost got it.
Pass intended for Richards.
Watkins broke it up.
Watkins broke up the pass.
That's the second big play he's made in the secondary.
And look, Richard almost caught that. He was almost gone for a touchdown.
Yep.
So it could have gone both ways.
Frontier's done a great job of you know, containing this Driller offense so far. And we talked about the speed that they have and the explosive playmaking that they have, but just haven't seen it so far. It looks like they're coming out in 10 personnel. We got a bunch formation down to the near sideline.
In motion goes Veazey. They fire one out here, and how about the defense for the Titans? And that's a great tackle out there.
Richards,
Keegan
snuffed out
Robertson.
by number 15. Correction 45. Robertson.
So Keegan
A
Robertson
loss of
was
1.
all over that.
Yeah, he read that and he reacted real fast.
for the Drillers to come out in that formation, to have the Titans read that so quickly, you got to hand it to the coaching staff doing their homework, Coach.
No doubt. And anytime you see a perimeter pass like that, a quick screen, and somebody from the defense is there that fast, they have to have a lot of confidence that they're covered over the top on the back end as well.
6-minute mark here on a 3rd and 12 in the half. Cavazos wants to throw again. He's got a ton of room.
On the wheel.
Got a ton of room.
Oh, no.
He had a lot of room to run on the left side, and
Quarterback sack.
the Titans get him.
Man, he really missed an opportunity. He had number 8. That's Davis Olson.
On the
He had him
stop
wide
for the
open on the
Titans.
wheel route on the far
4th
sideline.
down
And
for the Drillers at the
maybe he
12-yard
heard some
line.
footsteps back there, and
Coach, I thought he was going to run. He
Loss of
had
9.
enough real estate to get awfully close to that first down.
well, we'll see what the Drillers are made of here. It's time for mental toughness right now, man.
Ball's bobbled, and it's blocked.
Man, for him to get that punt off with all that pressure in his face, that's a huge
So-
waste again.
Hopkins again
Hopkins was somehow unable to get that kick off.
Able
He was
to
under
get
a
it
lot of
to
pressure,
the 37, 38
but
yard
he gets the
line.
kick off, and it's down to
And
around
let's
the
not forget about the young Jack Hopkins
7-yard line.
at Centennial
38-yard
a little over a
line,
month ago.
where the Titans had
Late
it
in the
first and
game,
10 at the
the
38.
snap went over his head. He runs back to get it. We called the game. It was a game of the week. And he somehow picks it up, doesn't fall on it, turns around, and unleashes like 50-yarder to go all the way right back up against to Centennial. And it ended up being the play of the game for sure. And then he comes back and gets the game winner last week. And then tonight he one-hops one, gets through there. So I know the Drillers don't want it all to be on Hopkins, but he's playing a role now.
Ooh, a little reverse action.
And it's
Well defended by the Drillers.
sure is, Coach. You took the words right out of my brain. Watson could get nowhere with it.
Yeah, number
Forced
1,
out of
Malcolm
bounds
Watkins
by
is over
Rogers,
there.
loses some yards on that play.
Excuse
back to
me.
the 40.
Harvey Rogers.
Loss of 2 will be 2nd down and
Harvey
12
stayed at home.
for the Titans.
And when you have a player like Kobe Watson coming around the end, that's the one thing you have to do. Stay at home and just keep him sealed off. So
No doubt. Well, that was a little bit of an exotic formation from the Titans. They actually had quads to the far side. They had the tight end covered up by the number 1 receiver, so he was ineligible. So for number 1 to stay home on that play, that takes a lot of discipline.
strong right side for Campbell. 2nd and 12. Looks like he'll go to the air. He does. Drops back. Fires one deep. Throws it up there, and it is broken up. Nice play by Jalen Ford.
By Ford again.
That's the 2nd time he's had an opportunity to get an interception, and it looks like he's about to go up and get it, and just off his fingertips.
Watkins, the intended receiver.
Well, it looked like Watkins went up to be the
3rd
defender
down,
there.
12.
You know, when the ball got up so high and so long. Campbell's got some air underneath his long bombs, and at times it can be good, at times it can be a challenge.
Yeah, talk about a prototypical quarterback. He really fits the mold, and he's had a great year this year. He's really come along, and he can throw that deep ball, that's for sure. He throws a pretty ball.
He got banged up earlier in the season, had to take some time off, so now he's kind of getting back in the groove at the right time for the Titans. Here's the 3rd and 12. Drillers look like they're bringing 3, now 4. And they do a great job there.
That's Green Jr., the ball carrier.
Combination of the Titans
Except maybe
offense getting
one
stagnant
4th down
and the
for
Driller
the Titans.
defense cranking it up. And that's kind of where we're at right now, other than the 3-point field goal by Boozer.
Yeah, kind of a conservative play call by the Titans there, but they might be thinking, hey, let's get half and think about leaving the offense out here. It looks like they're still thinking about leaving the offense out there.
Well, Coach Bandy has one more timeout. Is he going to burn it now? It's taking a long time for this decision to get made.
4th down, 11 for
Well,
the
remember
Titans
last time they
with
came out after
3:30
timeout and they
go in this
ran a
first
hard count
half.
and got the Drillers to jump
Titans
offside. So
17,
I think they're going to
Drillers
take a timeout here and
0.
think about it.
That's exactly what's going to happen. You know what? We'll take a timeout. We'll be back right after this. 3:20 left in the half. Hope you're enjoying all of this on the Kern High Network.
Time
Take cash, direct deposit, or check.
I think a pony is a smart investment.
My rate for dishes is going up with inflation.
Is my weekly allowance up for a negotiation?
I'm also open to a salary position.
Back to punt for
Okay, it's 4th down after the timeout. Coach Bandy called a timeout, says, no, we're going to boot the ball. Or will they? They do.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a nice one. And it looked like it might actually land right where it needs to. 15-yard line,
and it's
1st and 10.
Around the 15-yard
And I think that's a
line,
really smart decision by Coach Bandy. I mean, you got a 17-point lead, 3 minutes left in the first half. Pin them deep, make them drive the whole way down the field if they're going to get any points, and play the long game.
15.
And we'll see. We saw the freshman quarterback, number 15, warming up on the sideline, so we'll see if he comes out here or nope, I don't think so.
So we got word that possibly the freshman Marquise Gomez was going to get the start tonight. I didn't buy into it at that moment, but now it's a possibility. We'll see. Cavazos still back there. Richard in motion. Just over 3 minutes to go. Cavazos again
there
throws. Oh, and I believe Brenton Brown
the intended receiver was
saw
Brown.
that DB coming up on him, and I think he said, I'm about to get popped.
2nd down, 10.
Well, and that's the second time they've gone to that little wheel concept out of the backfield.
Cowboy Hatcher out there. And boy, Cowboy Hatcher had a big interception last Friday night to ice the football game between the Titans and the Golden Hawks. And now we see a timeout being called by the Bakersfield High School Drillers. And look at this. We see the young freshman quarterback, the lefty, Marquise Gomez, is at least over there listening in on the huddle, getting the access to be a part of what's being discussed out there, Coach.
Yeah, and you mentioned Cowboy over there. He laid a big hit on Brenton Brown. He made him probably think twice about running out there in the open field like that. Frontier's done a great job. They've laid the wood early in this game.
Every game sounds like
defense
a championship
has definitely
game
answered the bell so far.
Time. Never worry about
Coach, what's up next for you now after the holidays with your football program? What's your schedule?
We are already back in the weight room. We're trying to get our kids bigger, stronger, faster. Starting to look towards the next season, start fundraising and trying to update our weight room and, get some new uniforms, do all the things that you do when you come to a new program. Trying to update things and, get things established for the next year.
Great atmosphere out there at North High School. You've got that basketball stadium, the gym that opens up right out into the football field. When that was completed, everybody just said, wow, that looks nice.
Yeah, beautiful facilities for sure. And our basketball team had a great year last year. And, they're getting started right now, gearing up again, too.
Quick pitch out to Brown, and Brown goes down. Oh, gets upset. Hopefully they don't throw the flag. I think he's upset with himself.
Yeah, the frustration starting to boil over a little bit for the Drillers.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
I don't think that they're used to getting stopped like this.
And Brown takes the helmet off, and the official did a nice thing there. He kind of just patted him on the backside and said, hey, now, careful. No flag.
That's a great job by the officials managing the game. You hate to see a penalty on something like that, especially a situation where, it's self-frustration. He's not yelling at the other team or doing anything like that. He's just upset with himself and the circumstances. So, but still, you got to do a good job as a player of trying to maintain your composure and not letting that show.
He's getting a little bit of a discussion point handled with one of the assistant coaches.
Ball was on the Drillers.
Just kind of putting his arm around him, saying, you got to calm down. We need you. We need you. A lot of football left.
That's right. It's only a 3-possession game right now.
2nd and awfully long. 22, I think it is.
But, if you're the Drillers, you do have to think the Titans get the ball in the second half to start. So you'd really like to try to put some points on the board, but that's tough to do when you're at your own 3-yard line, 4-yard line.
So we're waiting for the officials to kind of start this thing, and they do. Cavazos, draw play out of the end zone, and the
Draw play.
Titans aren't having it. Nice play there by Logan Slayton. And Slayton, of the
Slayton
two players
on the stop for the Titans.
that were discussed
Fourth
about the
down
hardest
for the
hitters on the
Drillers.
team last
Fourth
week in the
down.
huddle, it was R.J. Green and Logan Slayton. Those were the two guys, and he has had his number called a bunch, Slayton.
Yeah, Logan's a great football player. He's another one of the guys who transferred over from Garces this year. Him and R.J. Green were the two starting middle linebackers over there, so no surprise to see him on the defensive side of the ball, coming downhill, making big hits, and Frontier defense has been very, very tough this first half. I think that might be the biggest surprise of the first half for me.
Coach, here we go. Hopkins again, back of his end zone. Frontier comes at him. This time he gets a low one with a nice bounce and another 50-plus yard punt. And everybody clapping again for their punter
Nice
kicker,
kick
Jack
there
Hopkins.
by Hopkins. Gets
What a
down
weapon to have.
Around the 40.
Yeah,
Yard
that was
line.
clean operation for the Driller special teams. A great punt, like you said,
53-yard
low.
kick.
Didn't give the returner an opportunity to pick it
Titans
up
have
and run
it
it back.
first
They had
and
great
10.
coverage downfield, so pretty much a perfect scenario for them as far as the special teams go.
Coach Ornelas over there to give him a low five and say, thanks again.
That's
Thanks
right.
again. I mean, look at this, Coach. They're starting on the 44-yard line, and they were buried back there with his heels right up against the back of the end zone by the Dean of Local Sports, Greg Kerr. Greg back there. Greg better have gotten a good shot right there where he's standing.
Knowing him, I think he got a great shot. And, Coach Stone for the Drillers has done a great job with these special teams all year long, so I got to give a shout-out to my guy.
Love it. 1:39 left in the half. Campbell decides to hand the ball off, and they give it to Watkins. Watkins looks to get outside, and he holds up
Watkins
just enough.
on the draw.
And he might not have got – he did go out of bounds. I was going to say he might look like he stayed in bounds for a second, but –
Smart choice by him.
Drives him out of
Conserve the
bounds.
clock.
Not
Did that
before
clock
he
run at
picks
all?
up enough
it was
yardage for a Titan
1:39, so
first
10
down.
seconds.
Big play on first down for the Frontier
Oh,
Titans.
and Coach, if you're the Drillers right now, you absolutely positively don't want to give up points here in the last 89 seconds.
No doubt. You got to hope that the defense can answer the bell again and hopefully get a negative play.
They stay on the ground again, and again it's going to be Watkins. Watkins looking for a seam. Flag comes out here,
Watkins,
and the
the
Drillers
ball
are all
carrier.
saying holding, holding, holding.
Well, anytime you get one of those stretch plays on the perimeter, you're asking
There
your
is a flag
wide
on the
receivers
play.
to hold those blocks for a long time, and that's difficult to do for those guys.
And Coach, I think it's going to be Austin Tapia, jersey 4. They got snagged on that one.
Holding's called on the Titans.
Yep. Well, that's a big penalty for the Drillers. Move the Titans back a little bit. Kind of takes them out of field goal range for now. 1st and 20. We'll see what they can do.
Well, Coach, you're in the huddle with us to start things off, and we see now it was only an hour
First down
ago.
and about 20.
2 hours ago, we had in the huddle,
1:22
and
in the
thanks to
first
you,
half.
we have almost 3,000 views already. Man, Javier, that's big time. You bring on Levinson, and he goes up to 3,000. Campbell floats it over, beautiful pass again,
boy.
and this
Wide
might
open
be another
receiver.
touchdown, and it is Songbae Ginyu,
Who
touchdown
skips
number
right
2.
in the end zone.
Huge touchdown at the end of the half.
Beautiful throw and catch, man. He had a lot of space to run out there, and a great block down here on the bottom side as well by the wide receiver, who just kind of let him kind of walk into the end zone there. So, hey, you talk about those views, though. What can I say? The community of Oildale, they come out, and they come out strong to support their people. That's for sure.
43-yard reception for a Titan touchdown.
We like to say everything is great in the 08.
Look at that. The head coach of the North High Stars. He's got the lingo. He's got the jargons, and he brings on. Oh, low kick. Did he go through, though? It did.
Oh, boy.
Kick is blocked.
Oh, the one iron off the deck gets through, and it's 23-0.
I think it's going to be 24.
Should be 24,
Yeah.
Coach. I was going to say, wait a minute, that doesn't look right.
Well, it seems like everything that can go right has gone right for the Frontier Titans here in the first half, and, man, they got to be feeling real good going into halftime. Now they're probably just looking to get out of here with a lead, not let up any
Titans
points.
23.
And again, like I said earlier, they get the ball coming
0.
out in the second half. So you know, I got them in, and I do got to shout out the community of Oildale and how great they've been to me in this first season. They've really welcomed me with open arms, and we've had great administrative support. Our admin, Jody Schubert, Janelle Bresson, Abby Vota, and the parents and the players. This group of seniors this year, they were just awesome, and they really embraced us and the message that we were trying to deliver. So got to give a shout out to my people, any of you guys out there listening. I appreciate all of you guys, and I love you.
Love it, Coach. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. And as Stan said in the huddle, just so thrilled for you and what you're achieving there. And, you know, every week in the huddle we do our picks. And, boy, Trevor and Stan, we love Coach Lev. Love it, love it, love it, love it.
Oh, I have to give out a shout out to my boy Trevor, too. Yeah, he picked us to win the league. And, you know, those are lofty goals to have in your first year. And we actually came pretty close. We were able to beat South High at home in our rivalry game. So we had a chance, but Tehachapi's they're always a tough team to knock off.
Speaking of South, that was my surprise pick of the season when we did our show tonight. I talked about the Spartans, and, you know, they'll say, hey, we're not surprised. We're South High. But it was a very successful season as well for Corey.
Yeah. Coach Mills had a great year over there, and they had a great offensive team over there. Encinas at quarterback, and they threw the ball all over the yard versus us, that's for sure.
Can the Drillers get a good bounce? Not the best bounce.
Rogers
going to try to do something. Can he get free? Can he give him some good field position? And
Rogers on the return.
Shoved out of bounds by Jacob Garcia. All clean, no fouls.
Yeah, they both did a great job of kind of holding up there and keeping it clean.
Okay, so now we're looking at a 24. They got that fixed, 24-0. Yikes. I think when that score gets read around the valley by the PA announcers at the different schools, that's going to definitely get a big ooh. I mean, I don't think anybody expected it to be 24-0.
No doubt. I thought this was going to be a really close game back and forth all night long. But, you know, like I said, the Drillers just haven't really been able to get anything established on the offensive side of the ball. And on the flip side for the Frontier Titans, they've kind of had their way. They've been able to move the ball on the ground and through the air. So
Drillers start on the ground here.
Abbott, the ball carrier.
Haven't called his name very much at all.
A little outside zone stretch play there. That's been kind of their bread and butter all year long. That and the power and counter out of the I formation. So no surprise to see that out of them. But, you know, this clock is ticking, and if they want to get any points on the board, they better start moving. But they seem to content to take it slow right now, and no real sense of urgency from them, which kind of surprises me. I think they still have 2 timeouts left, so.
Yeah, they're letting it click.
Yeah, they sure are. There's the power play.
Strong run out there by Abbott again.
Abbott, the ball carrier.
And he goes out of bounds, so the clock does stop.
On the stop is Wallace.
And the temperature's starting to dip a little bit, starting to get a little cooler.
Well, we'll see if the Drillers take a shot right here. They got 6 seconds left.
Well,
they're walking into the tunnel already. They don't even realize. Oh, they're going to run it. There you go.
So the clock was let go, and it's over.
Quarter.
How about it?
Titans 24, Drillers 0.
24-0. I'm Vance Palm. Got Adam Levinson with me and our director tonight, Javier Valdez. Adam and I will step off the mics for halftime, and you'll be able to enjoy the Bakersfield High School Driller Marching Band, and we'll catch you in the third quarter. Right now, it is all Frontier, 24-0, and it's a quiet side over here on BHS. Back in the third quarter. Well, we're about to come back on, but my new partner up here has got people walking up to shake his hand, get his autograph. They want to take photos with him. I mean, that's how it goes. Hey, look, I'm just here to launch another career. Hey, Coach Levinson, your thoughts on the first half?
Man, Frontier really came out and they controlled the ball offensively. Defense has been stout. And, you know, the Drillers got to be kind of shell-shocked at this point. They've been explosive all year long, and they've been putting up points, and to get shut out in the first half is not really like them. And, you know, we talked about it being a game of field position and a game of, you know, penalties and that kind of stuff, and Frontier has had the ball on the other side of the 50 all night long, and BHS has had some penalties and big moments that have really hurt them. And, you know, on top of that, that turnover on that long pass down the sideline where they kind of looked like they were getting something going, and then all of a sudden Frontier takes the ball back again. And so we'll see what happens in the second half, but Frontier's going to get this ball, and the Drillers really need to get a stop. Okay, Coach, now put your coach's hat on. Your assumption of what possibly Coach Sheehy would have told his Drillers down below us. You know, I think that Coach Sheehy's probably just telling them, hey, man, you know, first half didn't go our way, but we still have a great opportunity in the second half. You know, there's a lot of time left in this game, and it all starts with one play. So if we can get a stop here, we can get the ball back, and we can go down and score some points, it's a brand-new ball game. It's only a 3-possession game at this point. The game's not over. It's still within reach, and we scored points all year long. We just got to go out and do what we do and do it well. Both coaches, very well respected, highly thought of, both cool, crisp customers, and both of them even-keeled guys. Coach Bandy epitomizes that almost to a laughable degree, so laid back. What do you think he was telling his Titans at halftime? If I'm Coach Bandy, I'm telling us, hey, just keep doing what we're doing. Offensively, we're moving the ball efficiently. We're finding holes in that Driller secondary. We're moving the ball well on the ground. And then defensively, hey, you guys just freaking keep it up. You're reading, you're reacting, you're playing downhill. And up front, they've really controlled the line of scrimmage, and I think that's been the difference. That's the voice of head coach North High School Stars Adam Levinson. Played on this field, was a Valley champion player on this field, and a coach, assistant coach. And now he's joined us in the booth tonight, and very, very appreciative of his time and accessibility. Here's some stats, Coach, from Trevor Horn from the Current 9 Network. Brady Campbell, 7 of 11, 118 yards, 3 touchdowns. R.J. Green, 10 carries, 35 yards. Kobe Watson, 3 catches, 34, and a touchdown. Songbae Ginyu, 3 catches, 95 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's for the Titans. For Bakersfield High School, Cavazos, 5 of 10, 55 yards. Bryson Abbott, 5 carries, 1 yard, Coach. And Harvey Rogers, the long 1 carry for 30 yards. So, boy, you'd like to see Abbott get going, and Britton Brown. Yeah, that's got to be really frustrating for that Driller offense. I mean, you read the stats earlier, and Abbott had over 1,000 yards on the season, and I think you said he was averaging something crazy like 9 yards a carry or something. 8-7. Yeah, that's incredible statistic for the season, and for him to get shut down in the first half like that. But you know what? It's a brand new ball game in the second half, and it's a Valley Championship, and nobody said it was going to be easy.
Coach, we saw some scores, and after the kickoff return, as the offense and defense comes out, give us a couple of the local ones once we see what happens here on this kickoff. So to add to the challenges for the Drillers, it's going to be Frontier that gets the football to start the second half off. And 3 dangerous return men back there. And it might go out of bounds, does it?
Sure
it does. So no return. What do you have for scores, bud?
Let's see. We have the surprise of the season. The Miramonte is up 27-15 over Minarets. We have Selma up 14-0 over Delano. Sunnyside is leading at halftime 14-10 over BCHS. That's a big one. Shafter Generals are up 17-7 versus Emmanuel. And we have Coalinga over Roosevelt 42-0.
We talked about the surprise of the season. in the huddle, and it was a unanimous choice by pretty much everybody that Miramonte. But then again, you know, CJ, he's not shocked. Nobody is.
No, hey, Coach Christian Johnson's done a great job with that team over there. And, you know, Stan Green talked about how they started off 1-3, and, you know, they finished off, I think they're sitting at 6-6 right now, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 6-6. So great job by them. And here come the Frontier Titans again.
Well,
and
how about that? They come out to start the second half off with a hard count. Everybody from the Drillers jump, but guess what? Grayson Lee, the senior veteran offensive lineman,
Dead ball, offside,
jumped also.
Encroachment on the Driller.
And he's one of their
5.
stalwart veterans. So you know he's like, you got to be kidding me. I'm the guy in trouble.
well, it looks like they called it on the Driller, so it
Whoa,
ended up working out for the
whoa.
Titans. Maybe they said the encroachment
I
occurred
guess
before
so,
the full
Coach.
start.
I guess so, because everybody saw that big white 61 jersey. So Grayson's off the hook. Hey, Lee family, take it easy on me.
21 personnel under center. Little power to the left.
Your
Green
colleague,
Jr., the ball carrier.
your colleague and good friend of ours and my announcer with me many times, Rich Cornford, says, Vance, anytime you get over 6 yards on a first down, it's all
Second down and a foot.
all downhill from there.
Oh, my goodness. I would love 6 yards on a first down. You know, over at North High, we ran the ball about 80 to 90% of the time in most of our games, and we were happy with 3 yards on first down. So 6 yards is incredible.
And they got 9 on this one.
Yep, and that's a real smart call by Coach Bandy out there. You know, the Drillers are probably coming out, and they're antsy and they're hungry, and so a hard count early to draw them off sides, that's a great job taking advantage of that.
Campbell behind center again. This time, first guy through, they give it to first down Frontier. So now with a 24-point lead, you start to get a sneak peek into the mind of Coach Bandy and his staff like, well, this time's on our side now.
Absolutely. It becomes a game of possession and trying to move the chains and chew that clock up. And a little fullback dive right up the middle, some old school football the way we like to see it. You know, it really makes my heart happy to see the ball ran.
It's like Steve Walford tonight. We were talking about, you know, who's going to win a game a certain way. He goes, the run game, baby, the run game.
That's right. Well, I saw Coach U-Haul, the legendary Coach U-Hauled up in the stands.
There we go. That's what the Drillers are hoping for right there.
Still on his feet.
And Coach U-Hault was my offensive line coach as a freshman
scrimmage.
here at BHS, and he's famously known for the saying, jack him up, jack him up. He would always come and tell us, you just got to jack him up. And, you know, he's looking great. He just got a knee replacement, and he's looking good. He's up in the top of the stand, so you know he's walking up and down these stairs, no problem.
Great stop there by Isaiah Batista, who stacked him up.
Yeah, and the Drillers looking to get a stop here. They want to get the ball back and try to get something going on offense.
Campbell has the lone back on his left, which is Green, takes the snap, looks left the entire time, fires out here another nice pass.
Completed pass.
And it's out to Kobe Watson. Quick release there by Campbell.
Yeah, and it looks
Gets
like
to the 45.
kind of a similar concept as the first half. They're exposing some holes in the
Third down
zones of
and
the Driller
about 2.
defense. Looks like the Driller defense might be playing a little cover 3, and, you know, the number 1 receiver is running off the corner, and they're finding a soft spot underneath with a deep out. And that's just a good job of coaching by the Frontier Titans, taking advantage of what the defense is giving you and high percentage throws, putting Brady Campbell in a position to be successful.
Clock stop, went out of bounds, so it's a 3rd and 2. The ball's at the Driller 45. Frontier in command up to this point. Campbell stands midfield in the shotgun, directly on the 50-yard line. Takes the snap, hands it off to Green. Green, shifty first move, still on his feet,
25.
gets slung forward to the 35-yard line. The tackle made by Brenton Brown.
All the way to the 35. First down, Titans.
The PA announcer saying it best. He's dragging people forward.
That's right. And this Driller defense, they've been a tough unit this year. Coach Jason Oliver is back wearing the Driller blue. He was over with the Liberty Patriots for a while, but
he's done.
Yeah, he's a former head coach here. He was my head coach my freshman through junior year, and back in the Driller blue, and, you know, he's looking to get that defense a step up for him.
Campbell out to the left side, dropped.
Incompleted pass to
Watson wanted to take off with it before he got it.
2nd and 10.
Yeah, and it looked like they had a little screen set up out there. They had some good blocking, but unfortunately just wasn't able to reel that one in.
Well, you got harassed by your buddy coming up here as a North High guy. Now you're considered a North High guy.
I am a North High guy. You know what they say? They say, once a driller, always a driller. But deep down, everybody wants to be a star.
Yeah, you're so.
Everybody wants to be a star.
Javier's laughing. He's putting that in the achievement. That's going in the Peak Awards. Javier's going to somehow get that in the Peak Awards. 2nd and 10. Campbell holds the ball out. Oh, some room out there, some space for Green, and it takes 3 or 4 guys to get him down. Nice hard tackle by Brenton Brown. Yep.
Green Jr. running hard.
A little gun tee set for the Frontier Titans, a tight end wing down on the near side with 2 receivers on the top side. They're running a little split zone concept, so you have the offensive line all blocking to one side and that wing slicing across to kick out on the other side, and the running back's just looking for any hole that he can expose, and he did a great job there finding some open space and getting them a first down. And that's what the Titans want to do. They want to run the ball in the second half and chew that clock, and if they put up any more scores, it turns into a 4-possession game, and that's going to be tough to overcome for these drillers.
I formation, Campbell right behind center. Roy Vaughn, first man through last time up. This time Campbell tries to jam it through himself, and it looks like he does. Big, strong, tall quarterback. He's a junior.
Yeah, I stand corrected. I guess it was 3rd and short there. And a smart play call by Coach Mandy again. That's the second time they've executed that quarterback sneak, and that's a great card to have up your sleeve. Anytime you have a short yardage situation, being able to get a little push and just run the ball right up the middle.
Campbell was going to do his obligatory jog over to the sidelines to see the head coach. Took 3 steps, turned around quickly, so the call was made pretty quickly without him having to go all the way over there.
Yeah, there's probably not a lot of thought that has to go into it. I mean, we'll see. Who knows? They caught him on a boot pass earlier on that first possession, so they might just be setting it up here.
Out top of your screen, it's Kobe Watson.
Well, yeah, we got a false start on this one. Another hard count. The defense jumped, but unfortunately the right guard jumped as well. So
illegal procedures, Titans.
They may have went to the well one too many times with the hard count, but 3 out of 4 is not bad.
7.5 remains in the third here. Thanks for being with us.
1st and 15.
Appreciate everybody in here. We had a big show in the huddle to start things off tonight at 6 o'clock live on the Kern High Network. And haven't checked, but a while ago there was already 3,000 views. That's because of our guest commentator tonight, Adam Levinson. He brings the audience with him. 1st and 15. Ball's at the 30-yard line. Campbell looks left, fires, slings one out, has a man open, and it is caught. And it is Watson.
Completed pass to Watson.
And a flag on the play, though, and it might be holding. It is, yeah. They were almost going to get to Campbell.
Well, I was just getting ready to compliment that Frontier offensive line because the drillers brought some pressure there. And, they gave Campbell enough time to get that pass off, but now we know why they had so much time.
They almost got him. They were real close to getting him, and it's one of those catch-22 deals. Your offensive line, they don't want the quarterback hit, so they just say, okay, I'm not going to let you get hit, but I'm going to hold, and that's what happened.
No doubt, and as a former offensive lineman myself, you really just hate to see any calls against those guys.
I want to talk about your playing days when we get a chance here. It's one thing to coach the drillers or be an assistant coach. It's another thing to play for them. So back to a 1st and forever. They stay on the ground, and Green's going to get swallowed up here. So the drillers starting to make some noise here on defense. Nice
Green
play there
Jr.
by Jeremy Mollett.
Jerry Mollett. 2nd down.
So it's 1st and 27, I think.
Yeah, 2nd and 27 now, yeah.
So 2nd and 27, right, 2nd and 27, 6.5 remaining here in this third quarter. But the biggest number you have to realize here is 24.
Not only that, but a great first possession by the Titans. They've already chewed off,
2nd down,
8 minutes
27 for the Titans.
Campbell again looks. He's at the line of scrimmage, gets rid of it. Nice job when you, as Coach Levinson said, when you've got an asset like Kobe Watson on the other end of it.
That was a heck of a snag. He went up and got that one and pulled it down.
Watson on the reception.
Gives him a chance on 3rd down here.
Under 6 to go. Man, I just came in from Syracuse last night, and I thought it was cold there. It's getting pretty nippy here, Coach. Woo.
Hey, nothing compared to playing up in Shafter last Friday.
3rd down and 18.
Chilly, huh?
Oh, it was real chilly. We had the hand warmers in the pockets, that's for sure.
I remember Cornford and I called a game there a few years ago, and I was talking about how cold it was, and I had my jacket on, and some former general that was living back in like Boston was like, dude, be quiet. 3rd and 18. Campbell rolls to his right, drops his legs, stops, throws a beautiful pass,
receiver.
And it's a big 1st down.
Watkins.
I think they got it. Boy, what a
Short of
toss
a 1st down.
by Brady Campbell.
Be 4th down.
Well, oh, they came up
just short.
What?
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be, what, 4th and 2? Or
How?
Ford and Weld.
Oh, they moved it.
They
I was
gave
gonna
it
say,
to him.
it couldn't have been. It was past the 15-yard line. 1st down.
Chains are moving.
That's
First
what I get for
down
listening
for
to the
Titans.
announcer.
Look, I've learned, man. You gotta watch those guys in orange, man.
Trust your eyes. Trust your eyes.
Right. So another great pass. Boy, Campbell got his right leg planted in there and just fired it.
Yeah, and, you know, the receiver did a great job of pushing off the ball and getting that cornerback to open up, and then he just broke it down, and great timing and great execution.
Shotgun now. Campbell's in it. Got Green behind him.
There's that
Green.
split zone again.
Yep, you're right, Coach. And he barrels his way down to about the 8-7 yard line. No whistles yet. That's
Green
one
Jr.,
thing about
the ball carrier.
RJ is that the whistles come late because his legs are still churning and burning. We saw that a couple times already. And, you know, we didn't have Frontier on the Kern High Network at all this year. They weren't in a preseason game. They weren't in a regular season game. They weren't in our game of the week. And now this is our 3rd time in 5 weeks because of how the end of the season unfolded in playoffs. So now I'm really getting a good look at RJ. And one thing we notice is he like late whistles because he doesn't stop moving.
Very strong, powerful lower body. Keeps moving his feet. He's dragging the pile, and he's getting those extra yards, those tough yards that you love to see from a running back. Fall forward and get us 3 or 4 every time.
Adam, they can still get a 1st down. It's 2nd and 5 from the 8. They're coming at Campbell. He hands the ball off. Oh, what a great cutback by RJ. He spins, and is that it?
Ooh, ball's out.
Green
Ball's
Jr.
out of the-
fumbles in the end zone.
Who got it? Who got it?
This is a big
Who got it?
decision.
It's a touchback or a touchdown. One of the touchdown Frontier.
Touchdown.
Like I said earlier, everything that can go right has gone right for the Titans tonight. And that's a big call.
65-yard drive by the Titans.
So 12 plays,
Used up the majority of the 3rd quarter for a
65,
Titan touchdown.
and they used up 8 minutes and change. So Coach Bandy and his staff have put it together pretty well.
Yeah, you couldn't ask for a better drive to open up the half if you're the Frontier Titans. And now we're looking at a 4-possession game for the Drillers. They really have to get on the board with this
Hold
drive.
is good. The kick is good.
There's got to be a sense of urgency for them getting this ball back.
We're going to find out. We'll take a break right now, and we'll be back. 3:49 remaining. Some of the BHS faithful already exiting the stands. It's 31-0. It's Frontier.
Take cash, direct deposit, or check.
I think a pony is a smart investment.
My rate for dishes is going up with inflation.
Is my weekly allowance up for a negotiation?
I'm also open to a salary position.
Welcome back, everybody. We want to thank everybody at Bakersfield High School so much for hosting us tonight in the huddle and the game. Also, a special thank you to our man, Stan Green, the Director of School Support Services, all the superintendents at the Kern High School District, and our sponsor, Valley Strong Credit Union. Appreciate you allowing us to put on events like this. The administration, Principal Ryan Guyvet, AP of Instruction, Elisa Olenek, AP of Administration, Ricky Ashida, Dean of Student Behavior and Supports, Brian Smith, also Shelley Black in that role. Athletics Director, our good friend, Tammy Mayoko, and Activities Director, of course, who else? Anna Olson. Thank you, BHS.
Always got some room.
Brown on the return.
So they're getting after it at midfield.
Yeah, getting a little chippy out there.
But no flags.
Riley on the stop for the Titans.
Well, decent field position for the Drillers to start this drive, and let's see what they can do offensively. They, like I said, they got to have a little sense of urgency at this point in the game. Only 3:40 left in this third quarter. The Titans did a great job of chewing that clock down, and it's going to be an uphill battle, that's for sure, to say the least.
And Adam, you get this cold, biting weather. It's getting cooler and cooler. Some of the Driller faithful are checking out. Not everybody. It's still a pretty big crowd here, but the crowd thinning with this cold weather with a 31-point deficit. And now we have the freshman QB in the game, and he starts off with a toss, and it's Marquise Gomez, the quarterback.
What a great opportunity for a freshman to step up here in a Valley Championship game. And I know he came off the bench last week. Isn't that right, VP?
Yep.
So he's going to see if he can give the offense a little spark and starts off with a completion. That's always a good thing. And we'll see if they can get the ball rolling a little bit here. They need to put some first downs together and go put some points on the board.
Yeah, I don't know the Driller. I mean, I can, it's the Captain Obvious statement, but boy, a goose egg in the Valley Championship is certainly not something the Drillers want their name attached to. Calling it like it is.
No doubt, and that's not what they're known for and all the success that they've had throughout the past couple decades.
2nd and 5, flags fly, whistles blow, or was it did they call the timeout?
I think it's a timeout. I think
the timeout was called by
play
the
clock
Driller.
was running down there.
Let's talk about your playing days here. Walk me through it.
Hey, I was a Driller football player from 2002 to 2006, and my first 3 years, Jason Oliver was the head coach, and then my senior year, the legendary Paul Gola came in out of Texas, and he took over the program, and he really turned it around. We had a lot of success. We went 12-2 my senior year and won a Valley Championship up at Bullard against a really tough Bullard team that had some NFL talent on it, actually. Anthony McCoy was on that team. And, Coach Gola really did a great job of turning this program around. And I was on the phone with him earlier today, and he told me a story about when he first got here. And, he took a tour of the campus and the old locker room. And he called his wife and told her, he said, "Hey, Shelly, we really found ourselves a diamond in the rough." And he said he was on the phone with the legendary Coach Briggs. And Coach Briggs told him, "Paul, you got to bring the fame back to the Driller name." And he really did accomplish that in his years here. And I think that's what Coach Sheehy's trying to do right now as well. And he's done a great job this season. And, I know that this game hasn't turned out how they wanted it to so far, but that doesn't take away from what they accomplished this year, going 11-1.
Not at all. Great article today in the local newspaper, the Bakersfield Californian, and Coach Sheehy understanding and recognizing what this means for the school and for the city. It's like the NFL. When the Raiders are playing well, it's good for the NFL. When the Lakers are playing well, those kind of marquee old school teams, when they're playing well, that league or conference is, the better for it. And so to have the Drillers, they stubbed their toe against BCHS, but other than that, I mean, they went, the first 4 games of the season, nobody even scored a point on them. And so they're back in a big way, no question about it.
Yeah, it wasn't until week 5 till the North High Stars came in and put up 17 in the first half.
How about this? Gomez going deep, but it's picked off, and actually a Cowboy Hatcher, another interception. Hatcher, and still on his feet, gets knocked out.
Hatcher on the interception.
Gets hit hard, but he got the ball across the 50-yard line, and so how about this? Cowboy Hatcher, he's playing like a tough Cowboy. Big interception last week to ice that game, and young man right here has a nose for the ball. What a great play by the Cowboy.
Yeah, he sure does. That was just a little bit overthrown, unfortunately, but great play by Cowboy Hatcher there. We saw him in the first half make some tough plays, too. He had that big hit against Britton Brown on the far sideline when it looked like he was going to reel in a big catch on a wheel route out of the backfield. So the Frontier defense steps up again, and, man, they've been tough tonight.
So looks like one of the Drillers is down on the field, got hit at the end of the play, and looks like he's down.
Getting checked out on the side.
Yeah, it was a big hit over there on Hatcher, and there's a lot of bodies involved. So we got a stoppage of play for a moment. I'm not
Injured player on the Driller side.
not convinced he was a player in the play. Javier, director's giving me some updates.
Isaiah Richard. He's back on his feet. Let's give the young man a hand.
Sunnyside BCHS 14-13.
Wow.
That's a close game.
Minarets in the third quarter now up one over Miramonte, 22-21. How about this? Central Valley Christian High School up on Clovis West, 21-7.
On Golden West, and that's a good Golden West team. We faced them week 3 on the road, and let me just say they were tough.
Kerman and Porterville tied at 21. Shafter up 10, 24-14 over Emmanuel. Here we go.
All right, the Frontier Titans have the ball again. Let's see what they can do. I'm sure they're probably going to have a similar approach as they did with the first possession of the second half. Split zone again.
It's Hanks Jr. in the backfield. And Michael takes the handoff, loses about a yard.
Hanks Jr., the ball carrier, gets to the 50. It appears to be a loss of yards.
Haven't called his name a lot tonight.
Loss of 1, second down, 11.
And he's just a sophomore, VP.
Who's that?
Hanks Jr.
Oh, Michael's a tough young man. He got some time last week, and he's a DB and a running back. When you've got R.J. Green back there carrying the rock, and you've got the gun of BC4, Brady Campbell.
BC4, I like that.
Well, you've got more on that in a moment. There is BC4, takes a look, fires one out, and almost picked off, or was it?
I think it was.
Deflected, went in and out of the receiver's hands.
To be intercepted.
Well, the Drillers really needed that.
Jill Wells on the interception.
So Campbell put it right on the numbers to David Riley, but it popped out of his hands, and
47-yard line.
a rare turnover on a night where everything's been going right for Frontier.
Let's see if the Drillers can capitalize that on, try to get a little momentum going. And it looks like the freshman quarterback is coming back out again.
So it's Marquise Gomez,
Yep.
the southpaw. We got the arm. He threw a long bomb. It was picked off by Hatcher, but Nicey Hatcher manning up here at the bottom of your screen.
Looks like there's some confusion.
The Drillers have too many guys on the field.
12 men on the field for them.
And Grego's running off. One of your veteran seniors, and he has to be the one to run off in front of the home crowd. Everybody sees your jersey number. You're like, yeah, why do I have to do this run?
1st and 15.
And that's rough coming out of a change of possession.
Right.
You know, you really want to get on the ball and get the momentum rolling, especially when you do have it. Uncle Mo, when he's on your side, you got to keep him, and you can lose him in a hurry, that's for sure.
1:06 left here in this third quarter. Another quarter to play, but it's 31-0 right now.
The wind's starting to pick up here.
The wind almost blew our Kern High Network Player of the Game shirt off.
Oh,
Here's a good
reverse.
look right here. This looks nice. Rogers looking to get outside. Rogers face mask call as well. That'll be tacked on, and another one.
Ball carrier, 2 flags on the play.
Now could be a third foul here.
Little pushing and shoving.
Slayton.
Yeah, that was a nifty little play by the Drillers. A little sally, kind of like a wing reverse handback, and they caught the Frontier Titans over pursuing there.
Well, I saw one face mask. There might have been even a second face mask.
And then maybe even a dead ball foul. We'll have to see. Oh, they're pointing the other way.
Well, the first down was already picked up. He got the first down before what I thought was the face mask call. And Coach Sheehy's over there talking it over with his guy.
Personal foul, face mask.
And you got it.
Titans.
And Coach Sheehy went to talk to Rogers and said, that's good, thank you. Keep your cool. We saw it. They called it. And the Drillers, not a second too soon, have finally caught a break. And it'll be 1st and 10 from the Frontier 16-yard line. All of this off of an interception by the Titans, who seemed to be in full control before that pass.
I think this is the Drillers' first time inside the red zone all game long.
You're right, Coach.
We'll see what they can do. Little single wing set, 11 personnel.
Gomez hands the ball off. Again, Rogers, tippy toes, gets out of bounds about the 8-9 yard line,
That's
right in that
Abbott,
range.
the ball carrier.
Oh, sorry, that is Abbott. Sorry, Abbott with the carry.
Little outside zone stretch play, and again, that's been kind of their bread and butter all year long, so they're taking advantage, and it's nice to see Abbott get a little positive yardage. You know, if they can get him going, I mean, he can be dangerous, especially when he gets the ball on the perimeter and he gathers a head of steam. He's tough to tackle.
Will this be his last quarter coming up as a Driller on the field? Signed to go to Northern Arizona, I believe.
Second down and 2.
Oh, he's saying something to the official.
Oh, goodness. It's unfortunate. So he's hot, and he's coming off.
You think he'd be happy after a big carry like that?
Coach Sheehy's right on his side, having a chat with him. Gomez now has Brenton Brown on his right pocket. In motion. Gomez got to throw across his body. He's a lefty. Getting flushed out of the pocket. Look out. Gomez slides past the runner, and he gets touchdown!
Wow, what
Marquise
a play by the freshman.
Gomez.
Gets Gomez on a keeper. Gets around the right side, and he eludes many tackles for a Driller. Touchdown.
So Gomez, the southpaw, running to his right, so we knew, Coach, he was going to have to throw across his body or plant and throw. And what he did is he just kept stringing everybody along. But now the Drillers aren't ready to go.
Well, they're probably thinking about going for 2 here because, you know, if they can get a 2-point conversion, it turns it into a 4-possession ball game. But they got to get 3 out of 4 of those 2-point conversions. Actually, they got to get all 4 if they want to have a chance to take the lead. So
what a play.
Smart call by them and their coaching staff, leaving the offense on the field and trying to take advantage of these points.
So you've got Abbott, now a timeout called. And we saw a lot of discombobulation there. The white hat has...
Oh, they're sending somebody off. It looks maybe like an equipment issue. And Bryson Abbott's talking to that white hat again. He's complaining about something.
Oh, boy, oh, boy.
He better be careful. You don't want to see that.
So the white hat's going to come over and talk to Coach Sheehy. And the white hat and Bryson Abbott had a conversation prior to that play. And now Coach Sheehy's beside himself. Something's happened.
You know, if I had to venture a guess, I would say that they are saying that his knees were not covered by his knee pads.
Drillers.
So they have to burn a timeout. And Coach Sheehy exacerbated. You can see his hands over his head, and he's frustrated and not pleased. They burned a timeout now.
United together with CIF to create a better future.
And they're probably doing that so that they can get him back out on the field. They probably want him out there for this possession. So I think that if they take a timeout, they're able to put him back out there if it's just an equipment issue.
And I believe the player is Harvey Rogers, is jersey 1, who they sent back to the sidelines.
Yeah, and he's a big part of that Driller offense. And it looks like that's Noah Hawley down there on the field talking to the official now. Probably going to bat for his guys, saying, come on, ref.
So with 37 seconds left in the third quarter, 31-6, I'm Vance Palm alongside Adam Levinson, and the two-point conversion
attempt by the Drillers.
Gomez going to be protected for a second. Sees his man. He's open. Oh, broken up at the last second.
No good.
Oh, nice toss. Had his man, but...
Khalik Austin, the intended receiver. Drillers 6.
And it was broken
Titans
up.
31.
And he's down for a second. Let's see if he gets help up, or does he want to get up? And I thought it was Songbe Ginyu that broke that up. I'll guarantee you Frontier wants that young man up on his feet.
Yeah, that's just a great pass breakup by that defensive back out there.
We got there at the last second, didn't he?
He sure did. It looked like they had his guy in the back of the end zone, scampering across the end line.
Well, the Drillers got on the board. 31-6 is the score, and Genyu's down. And he broke up the play at the very end to keep it from being a two-point conversion, but he landed awkwardly, and athletic director Mike's out there to check on him as well. So, well, the Drillers got on the board, Coach.
Yeah, that's huge for their offense. They really want to get that two-point conversion so they could keep it a three-possession game. Unfortunately, now they're back to a four-possession game with a 25-point differential. But regardless, it's huge for them to get those points on the board, and they got to ask that defense to try to make something else happen. Another turnover would go a long way for them right now.
So Songbe Genyu is being helped up.
Yeah, you got to hope it's just something minor, maybe just like a turned ankle or something like that. He looks like he's walking pretty well off the field, so. But you never want to see a big player like that get hurt in a game like this.
Genyu Songbeth. Let's give the young man a hand.
Okay, so it looks as though the Drillers
are lining up for an onside kick, and the Titans got their hands team on the field. They're ready to defend it. It looks like they might be outnumbered up on the far side of the screen. We'll see what this kicker decides to do, but if I'm the Drillers, I'm kicking it to the right.
Yeah. Let's see what Hopkins does.
Oh.
Wow, it went backwards and then sideways, and the wind is a little stronger, but either way, now Frontier's
by the Drillers, no good. The Frontier
going to get the ball at
Titans will have it.
VHS 46-yard line.
The 46-yard line, 1st and 10.
So the one hiccup by the Titans ends up giving the Drillers an opportunity to score, which they do.
And as great as Jack Hopkins has been all night long as a punter, unfortunately he didn't really give that ball an opportunity for the Drillers to recover it. So now let's see what the Titans decide to do with the ball.
37 seconds left in the third. Campbell shifts over to a strong left option. Watkins bottom of the screen.
Split zone again. That's their go-to play. Big hole.
Green trying to get outside. Green does get outside. R.J. Green to the 5. Tackled and brought down at the 3-yard line. A great hustle play by Jalen Ford. No flags anywhere.
Stopped by Daniel Reyes.
Again, that little stutter step. Boom.
Yep, and they've done a great job just getting a hat on a hat up front, and that wing slicing across and kicking out the last man on the line of scrimmage. And R.J. Green did a good job of finding some space and hitting that hole hard.
Green picks up a first down for the Titans.
You know, I'm sure he's probably going to get some flack on the sidelines for getting caught there. He had
yeah, but that's Jalen Ford, though. Jalen Ford is lightning quick.
Nothing to be ashamed of with that one. And I think they're probably going to let this clock run out and go to the quarter and try to burn a little clock off the fourth quarter as well with this possession.
That'll do it. 31-6, but Frontier knocking on the door. Don't go anywhere. Come back here. The final and fourth quarter of the Valley Championship here in Division 1A. Frontier.
Take cash, direct deposit, or check.
I think a pony is a smart investment.
My rate for dishes is going up with inflation.
Is my weekly allowance up for a negotiation?
I'm also open to a salary position.
At the conclusion
Coach, you're looking at scores. What do you got?
Well, up in the northern part of the Central Valley, Clovis East is leading Central in the third quarter, 17-14.
Whoa.
Not super surprising. Clovis East has kind of been the top dog all year long. They knocked off Clovis North earlier, and I know they also knocked off Central earlier in the season as well. So
Wildcat gets to the 1 yard line.
So Logan
Second and
Slayton
goal.
takes it himself, a direct snap, and the big fella
Slayton, the ball
with
carrier.
no huddle offense, they go right back to it again. Fumble! Look out! Could it be Driller football?
Gets to around the 9 yard line. It'll be third down and goal.
So Coach Bandy's seen enough of that, and he's going to bring his quarterback back on.
yeah, and you never want to second guess the coach, but I mean, you got first or second and goal from the
Appears to be an
1 yard
injured
line,
player
and they've had so much success with the quarterback
in the
sneak
end zone.
and the fullback dive. You'd think that they would get back under center and run some of that, but you know, when you get a good gain on first down with a running back like Logan Slayton,
Right.
you can't really blame him for going back to the well.
Driller down. What else do you have for me, scores?
Let's see. We have CVC is over Golden West 28-7 now, so they're kind of pulling away.
Wow.
Miramonte still trailing by 22-21 against Minarets. Selma 14-6 over Delano in the fourth quarter. BCHS is on top versus Sunnyside
Sanchez, the injured
21-14.
player. Let's give the young man
And I know
a hand,
Sunnyside
please.
has a really tough team, so that's huge for them. Hopefully they can hold on to that lead. Coalinga 49-0 over Roosevelt. Shafter starting to pull away. They're 31-14 over Emmanuel. And then we got Porterville Kerman still deadlocked at 21.
Wow.
Oh, up top, well, we also have Kennedy. Kennedy's up 42-28 versus Madera. So that's big. Coach Mario Mian, the head coach over there, has done a great job with that program. He's really built a powerhouse up there in Delano. So
Sure has.
Third down and goal.
Third and
for
goal
the
from the
Titans.
8, Coach. Now Campbell's back in the shotgun. You've got R.J. Green on his right side, and everybody's spread out across the line. Campbell's got the time, fires, and underthrows Braxton
Incompleted pass
Shirley,
to
and
bring up
Shirley
fourth down.
had a touchdown.
yeah, he was open. He had some
Intended
room to work
receiver
with.
was
It looked like
Shirley.
the timing was just a tick late there, and unfortunately a little
Defending
underthrown
on the
for
play was
the
Wheeler.
Titans.
Fourth and goal.
Back to Mario Mian, he's a former driller himself as well.
No
he
doubt.
was our offensive coordinator my senior year when we won the Valley Championship. So a great guy, and like I said, he's just done a good job of building that program. And they're another team that runs the ball a lot, so I love them.
And I'll tell you what, Coach Bandy's not going for a field goal, means nothing. Wants the touchdown from Campbell, thrown out and broken up at the very end. Nice job there by
Incompleted
Gerald
pass to
Wells.
Watson.
So
Drillers
Wells
would
breaks
take
it up.
Over on downs.
That's
Defending on the
huge
play
for the
was
Drillers.
Gerald Wells. Drillers first and 10.
Yeah, they had it first and goal, and Slayton took one Wildcat, got it to the 1 yard line. They went back to it on a no-huddle offense and just mishandled the snap, and just like that, the Drillers keep them from scoring.
Yeah, but they still have a long field in front of them. They're going to have to march 92 yards if they want to score. So I think that's probably part of the thought process for Coach Bandy. And this defense has been stout all night long, and they haven't really given up a lot to the Drillers. So they probably said, hey, let this freshman quarterback come out here and try to march it all the way down the field again. Let's see what he can do. 10 personnel, doubles.
Gomez fires out to the left side. So the freshman gets a touchdown run and
Completed
some
pass to
unbelievably invaluable
Austin.
experience in a
Picks up a
Valley
Driller first
Championship
down.
football game in the fourth quarter.
And I'll tell you what, he gets that ball out on time, and he throws an accurate ball, and they've done a pretty good job with their short to intermediate passing game so far with him on the field. So I wouldn't be surprised to see them continue to try to take advantage of that. Again, they're in 10 personnel, 4 wide receivers, 2 on each side right now, and trying to spread the Titans out a little bit.
Oh, and he hit his receiver right in the chest
incompleted
with it.
pass intended for Austin.
Well, same exact play, same exact receiver,
Hatcher
same
on the
pass,
defense.
just a different result. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to
Defending second and 10.
to reel that one in and make a big catch on the sideline.
Hit him right in the numbers.
Yeah, and it's probably kind of by design by the Titans. You got to think that they're probably playing, a little bit of a softer coverage,
Right.
keep everything in front of you,
Right.
bend, don't break. Like I said, force them to march the ball all the way down the field, and that's a tough thing to do for any high school offense is to sustain a drive and, get up to 10, 12 plays. And whenever you have a drive like that, it's a big deal.
Gomez directing the offense on a 2nd and 10. Sends him right back in front of him again. Might throw to him. Oh, he has him on the wheel, and it is
just overthrown.
Yeah.
Lomax, the intended receiver.
And he did have him
Ball
open
was
down
thrown out
there.
of bounds.
A little
3rd down, 10.
vert concept. Looked like the number 2 and 3 receiver ran kind of double post, and then, the 1 and 2 receiver ran double post, and number 3 ran a wheel off the motion, and he had him open on the sideline, but just wasn't able to connect.
So quickly becomes 3rd and 10.
You talk about sustaining drives. That's why that first drive by the Frontier offense was so important coming out of half. 12 plays, 65 yards, 8-minute drive. That's really been the story of the second half so far, minus the Drillers' ability to finally get a little spark. Yeah, a little confusion.
And delay of game. Oh, did they get the timeout called?
Yeah.
Drillers.
Oh, man. So Coach Sheehy burns a timeout. And go ahead, bud.
Oh, I was just going to say, you can kind of see the confusion with the Driller offense. They had some guys who were moving around pre-snap and trying to get everybody on the same page. And, I can only imagine the difficulty that they probably have with, a freshman quarterback
Our
out there.
nation's
And
battles are
I'm
not
sure
fought on
he
the
got some
sidelines.
valuable
They are
experience
won by
last week,
Marines.
but still,
Earning the title
it's got to be a
Marine will
big
instill
ask
a
of him
sense
to
of
try to go out there and
accomplishment
coordinate
within
the
your greater
offense
than most will
and get
ever
everybody
know.
set
To learn
and
more about
make sure
the
everybody's in the right spot.
opportunities available in the Marine Corps, go to www.marines.com.
When he just hasn't had those snaps all season long.
You're right. The rhythm's not there yet, but as a freshman, just think what they're going to look like next year.
Well, I know the lower levels at Bakersfield High School were unbelievably successful this year as well. So kind of goes back to what I was saying about Coach Sheehy earlier. He's done a great job of building this program. And, whether they win or lose tonight, that doesn't change anything about the season, and they're going to be tough.
The completion is made out there, but, how about the extra effort? The
pass.
whistle hasn't blown yet, and they're going to give them the first down.
Wow.
What about the effort there? So a great play. The Drillers are going to move the chains.
Well, it just shows you the fight that this team has, and that's probably a big reason why they've been so
Completed
successful all
pass
year
to Vesey.
this season, because
Gets
they
to
do
around
fight
the
hard
29.
and fight for every inch there.
I mean, Vesey catches it. Watkins hits him hard, so you think
Chains
it's
were moving.
the play's
1st
over.
and 10 Drillers.
And Vesey just kept on going, and that's a nice first down. The clock will start up again.
Yeah, and they gotta have a little sense of urgency, and like we said, that's probably a big ask out of this freshman quarterback. But
Gomez fires one, throws one, and throws it out of trouble.
man, what a great job of him being able to escape the
Intended
pocket
for
and extend
Austin.
the play and give him a chance. I mean, you think most quarterbacks in that
Incomplete
situation
pass.
are going down for a sack, and
2nd
he was
and
able to
10.
kind of dip and rip and reduce his shoulder and get to the perimeter. And
He's still got his young legs, doesn't he?
yeah, he sure does. That must be nice.
I remember, I think I remember way long time ago. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, well, I was an offensive lineman, Vance, so I was never able to move quite like that. But
Got it. 31-6, Frontier taking care of business tonight. And the Drillers are going to have to do something pretty magical pretty quickly here. Frontier shows 3 up front. They bring a soft 4. Gomez fires it down, and it's picked off. He read it from a mile away.
Picked off by Watson.
yeah, and he had a little hole shot there, but that's a tough pass to complete. And if you're going to make that throw, you got to throw that thing on a line and get it in underneath that safety. And unfortunately, the ball hung up there just a little too long, and That was a great play by the Frontier defense.
Songbae Ginyu with the interception. The PA announcer mentioned that it was Watse.
on the interception.
So Ginyu with
Frontier.
the interception.
First and 10. 47.
Well, it's really been a story of turnovers tonight. And unfortunately for the Driller offense, they just have not been able to protect the ball like they wanted to.
So now Campbell brings Watkins over to the left side. And now he, again, has been moving Shirley and Riley back and forth all night.
Yeah, a lot of pre-snap motion.
And it's going to be Green, and he gets taken down midfield.
Green Jr.
He passes over the 50-yard line.
To the 49.
By the way, his legal given name, Revius Green Jr., but everybody knows him by RJ.
Yes, he's named after his father, who's a great man as well. That was that little counter play. They got the guard pulling, leading up, and the wing was a second poller. And
second down and
Frontier's
6.
done a great job of mixing it up tonight. I mean, they really ran the ball well, but they've also thrown the ball well as well. And tough to stop when you're doing both things very efficiently like that.
9.5 left. BC4 stands about 8 feet, 10 feet behind the center in the shotgun. Steps in to take the snap. Campbell hands the ball off to RJ Green. And Green just keeps him churning and burning. And the whistle still doesn't blow until he picks up the first down.
Tough run.
Green just drags people forward.
Hey, you told me earlier you were going to tell me the story behind the BC4.
Well, BC1 is Byron Campbell.
Okay.
Legendary Delano Tiger, BC Renegade, and Fresno State Bulldog. BC2, one of, in my opinion, the strongest arms ever in Kern County. Byron Campbell Jr., Liberty Patriot. BC Renegade, what a cannon. BC3 is Blake Campbell.
Okay.
Another great quarterback. So the initial BC4. He's BC4. He's the fourth of the BCs.
Great pedigree from that Campbell family.
Oh, my gosh. And then all of his cousins. RJ decides to kind of
Green Jr., the ball carrier.
Cut it up there.
Cut it up and say, I'll go down and not get popped. You talk about the Campbell cousins. First of all, the one that's closest to him is Karsten Campbell, the outstanding lineman we talked about. Then he has his cousin Jack Campbell Jr., the legendary lumberjack, Garces High School, and then Bakersfield College and Cornell. Then you have the general, Grant Campbell, head coach of the Garces Rams right now, a Ram, Renegade, and Baylor Bear.
And then we had Joseph Campbell up at Garces for a season as well.
Then you got Joe Daddy.
Yep.
How about this? Strong run by Michael Hanks Jr.
Yardage enough for a Titan. First down.
So as we wax eloquence on the Campbell bloodline, the Titans just keep on moving it. So BC4, I don't know if it'll stick. You never know.
Hey, I think it's got a nice ring to it.
BC4?
Yeah.
Well, he's been directing this offense very efficiently. He'll be grimacing with the one interception that went off his receiver's hands and ended up being a score for the Drillers. But other than that, it's been a really, really nice evening for the junior quarterback.
Yeah, well, you know, I think if they get this win tonight, I think that he'll be able to live with that one interception.
1st and 10. Campbell hands the ball off again to Hanks Jr. Hanks Jr. cuts up. How about Michael Hanks Jr. still on his feet, goes down at the 4-yard line. And the Frontier
Hanks
crowd
Jr.
with a collective, a couple more tumbles. And if he tumbles in, it's another big touchdown for Frontier. But
to the 5-yard
here they come,
line.
Coach. Here they come.
21
Well,
yards
Hanks
on the
Jr.
carry.
kind of has a little bit of a
Titans.
different gear coming out of the backfield, doesn't he? You got RJ Green, who's more of a bruising back, and then they get the ball to Hanks Jr., and he's kind of a speedster. So a little thunder and lightning in the backfield for the Frontier Titans tonight.
Campbell's got one back behind him. Kobe Watson, bottom left of your screen. He's a target for sure.
Split zone look.
But instead, they stay on the ground to Hanks Jr. He's wrapped up, collected.
Hanks Jr. gets to the 4, be second and goal.
And that clock just keeps on ticking.
Coach, if it stays like this, if it were to stay like this and Frontier gets the win, let's not forget a bye next Friday night in their division after Thanksgiving, and they would play the following week for the first week of state playoffs in December. So they'll get a bye and get to eat some turkey and rest.
Yeah, kind of a cool change-up that the CIF did this year with the Division 1AA and the 1A. I think that it's turned out really nicely for the top tier of teams in this valley.
So Coach Bandy and his staff
Hanks Jr.
content with keeping Michael Hanks Jr. in there. Green's done a lot of the hard work tonight, boy. 20 carries for 118 yards, but now they're placing the football in the sophomores' hands to say, hey, get yourself a sophomore touchdown, Valley Championship touchdown if you can get in there.
Well, there's got to be no better feeling, right? Trying to get in the end zone.
Down and goal.
First time in the Valley Championship. That's something you'll remember for the rest of your life.
Forever.
No doubt.
5.5 remaining, 3rd and goal from the 3. Campbell has Hanks Jr. behind him. Couple receivers way out to the top of your screen. Don't know that they'll be a factor as Campbell waits to the very last second to make the call. And this time they know where it's going. They wrap him up. And the question now will be, does Coach Bandy put 3 more up there, or
Hanks Jr. stopped behind the line
do they
of scrimmage.
let this clock continue to run and try to
line. 4th down and goal.
go for 6?
Well, I think that Coach Bandy's just done a great job of managing the second half and keeping the ball on the ground and possessing it and really chewing this clock. And like you said, you got BC4 back there watching the back judge, and he's waiting until that hand goes up. So he's taking off as much time as he possibly can before he snaps that ball. And that's just good coaching all the way around. And there's a reason that they're successful, and I think that has a lot to do with it. So hats off to Coach Bandy and his staff.
Crowd thinning out a little bit. I think a lot of that has to do with this weather, too. Timeout's going to be taken by Coach Bandy. 4:27 remaining here.
Titans. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain in the stands.
I'm Vance Palm. I'm joined by my partner tonight, head coach of the North High Stars, Adam Levinson.
Award ceremony recognizing the efforts of both teams immediately following the completion of this
Javier
contest.
Valdez.
Please remain in the stands and off the floor following the game.
Here's a more look at some of the scores. Thank you, Javier. Kerman and Porterville in the 4th quarter tied at 24. Shafter up 31-22 over Emmanuel. That's a good Emmanuel football team in the 4th quarter. And how about this? BCHS up now 5, 29-14. Oh, sorry, they're up 15 over Sunnyside. 15. Miramonte still trailing by 1 with Minarets in the 4th quarter. Selma gets the win, and Central Valley Christian High School gets the win. So, wow. Thank you, Javi. Out of the sideline timeout for Frontier.
Looks like they're marching the offense back on the field. Coach Bandy says, hey, it's still a 4-possession game, so why not?
I formation. Vaughn would be the first guy through. Campbell rolls out, has his man. Do they get in? Does he get in? No, he doesn't. So,
wow, and he had the tight end running wide open in the end zone. He just didn't see him.
Touchdown, so the Drillers will take over on downs.
So
First
Vaughn
and 10 Drillers.
comes up a hair short.
That's a great little play design, though, especially lining up under center and in the I formation. I think everybody's thinking run. And
at the 1-yard line.
Here they come with that boot play again. A little different than the one that we saw in the first quarter, but still the same concept, same idea, and they had an opportunity there.
Well, I think if you're a Titan fan, you're thinking, look, this score could be a lot worse. A lot worse for the Drillers. It's not, but they're thinking we could have had 2 or 3 more, so we're fine for now, but we want to see more.
Well, that's their second time inside the 10 in this 4th quarter without getting any points. So, yeah, absolutely. I mean, best case scenario, it could have been 37-6 right now.
Lomax. Nice run, man, from the goal line to the 30. It's a nice job.
Uh-oh.
Lomax, the ball
You hate to see
carrier.
that. They got to break that up.
Well, it's the not quite sure what's going on here. So a couple of players that aren't even seeing any action whatsoever.
Yeah, a little extracurricular activity down here on the sideline.
And a student running on the, what the heck?
Well, you know, unfortunately, that's what happens sometimes when things don't go your way and frustration starts to carry out onto the sideline. But that's a great job of the BHS staff getting their guys under control and the security out here keeping everything, you know, to a minimum.
Yeah, they jumped on that quickly.
They sure did.
Driller players got involved in a scuffle, and then one of the Driller students ran through the gate. And
Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct, Drillers.
Yep, and that's unfortunate, doggone it.
Yeah.
Both sides.
But you know what? It could have been a lot worse. And like we said, great job of them keeping that thing under control. And, you know, you just hope to see everybody's sportsmanship in a situation like this. And
Result of the play is a first
don't let
down
anything
for
take
the
anything
Drillers
away
at
from the
29.
attention of the game, which is the most important thing.
And let's change the vibe quickly and tell you that Miramonte wins 24-22 on a last-second field goal over Minarets. Miramonte
Wow.
moves on. CJ.
Congratulations, Coach Johnson. That's huge for them.
And so now we see that Elijah
Completed pass
Cavazos
to
is
Davis,
back in.
Landon Davis.
Yeah, let the junior quarterback
Ball
get
is
back
at
out
the
there
39.
and
Right.
finish this thing off. He earned it.
Enough
He
yardage
worked
for
hard
a
this
Driller
season. He's a big
first
reason
down.
why they're in this position in the first place. So you got to give him his credit where it's due. But, man, how cool for Miramonte. And they're heading to the
Wow.
Valley Championship now.
Wow.
That is a huge deal for the East Side football.
Cavazos flushed out of the pocket, finds his man, and that's going to be Abbott. Abbott still looking to do something significant tonight, and he's tough to bring down, that's for sure.
Abbott on the
Yeah, it
reception.
took 3 guys to bring
Gets
him
to
down.
around
Yeah.
the 45.
Tough run there. He gets up a little hot. Ball's at the 45-yard line.
What a way to win it for Coach Johnson, too. A last-minute
Wow.
field goal.
Perfect.
That's awesome.
We watched him play Kern Valley. We called that game, Kern 9 Network Game of the Week. And
Gain of 6,
they looked to
second
be in
down and
control. They were
4.
really enforcing their will. They went away from it for a little bit to kind of try some other stuff early in the season. It nipped them. And Kern Valley got the late win. But since that time, I'm here to tell you, they have really, really enforced their will. A great running back. Just a great team. Quick pass out here to the near side. Lomax drops it, but it looks like it might. Okay, all right.
Incompleted pass to Lomax.
Yeah, that was pretty close to being a backwards pass there, wasn't it, Vance?
Ooh, close.
Big third down for the Drillers now, and
Third down, 4.
at this point they're really playing for pride, and you know they want to put some more points up on the board and send these seniors out the right way, send them out fighting. Not the way that they wanted things to go tonight, but you know it's been a valiant effort, that's for sure. And this second half has been a lot closer ball game than the first half was.
3rd and 4, ball's in the 45, 2:28. Nobody's left the Frontier stands. They want to celebrate. And there will be balls on the ground, bad snap. But they still make something out of it. How about this?
Oh, get upfield.
He almost,
See
oh
on the
man.
reception, gets too close to the 49.
I think it's going to be close to a first down still, though. And you're right, those Frontier fans, they've been waiting a long time for this moment.
Up a Driller first down, 1st and 10 at the 49.
You know, they had a great regular season last year, and not what they wanted in the playoffs, you know, but sometimes that's how it goes. And this year they played an unbelievably tough preseason schedule, and they took some lumps early, but you got to think that playing that schedule will help prepare them for this postseason, and that's probably a big factor in why they've been so successful.
Cavazos fires and intended out there
Intended
for
receiver,
Davis Olson.
Incomplete pass, second down.
I mean, you look at this Frontier schedule, they played Oak Ridge out of El Dorado Hills, and they got a big win week 1, and then Liberty out of Brentwood, and that was at Liberty. Clovis on the road as well. Highland out of Gilbert, Arizona. San Joaquin Memorial, so that might be the toughest schedule in town.
That has been located. A debit card has been located.
And like I said, when you play teams like that early in the year, it really helps prepare your guys for situations like this where, you know, again, they're on the road and they're out here at BHS versus an 11-1 team, and they have not flinched all night long. And they've really kind of dominated this game.
Yards. Third down.
Great point. 2nd and 10 here.
That was a big hit
down and 13
on Bryson Abbott out here on the flat on the near sideline. And I know VP's probably over here looking at some stats. He might be thinking about player of the game right now.
We'll talk about it. We'll go over it, but there's a couple things to certainly keep in mind. Y'all get your thoughts as well, big man. 3rd and 13. Clock is still ticking here. Cavazos looks downfield, finds his man. A nice pass out there to Brenton Brown, and Brenton Brown goes down about the 25-yard line.
Gets to around the 26.
Great little concept for the Drillers. They run a bunch formation down here into the boundary and have all 3 of those wide receivers run off the defensive backs, and they throw it to the running back out of the backfield behind them. Really cleared up some space for him, and nice play by Brenton Brown.
And, Coach, you know, you look at that Kern Network player of the game, Green over 100 yards. The defense played great. A lot of great contributions all the way around. Offensive line did their job as well. Brady Campbell, 3 touchdown passes. Should have had a couple more. 2 to start the game that gave them a lead they never gave up. So here's a pass downfield, and it's going to be up for grabs, and it's caught. Boy. How about it?
Completed pass.
How about it, Harvey Rogers?
Well, a little something to soften the blow for the Drillers, like we talked about. Give these seniors a little something to take on after a tough night tonight.
VC on the reception for a Driller touchdown.
And that's going to keep the score a little bit closer than what this game really was tonight. You know, like we talked about earlier, the Titans had the ball inside the 10 twice here in this 4th quarter, and they didn't come away with any points. And you're going to look back on this game and see a final score of what's going to look like 31 to either 12 or 14, depending on this 2-point conversion right now. But in reality, Frontier's just been in control all night long.
The aforementioned 2-point conversion. Nice play. Good-looking play, and he should get it. Does he get it?
He does.
Olsen does.
A little rollout, throwback screen to the tight end. That's great play design right there. And great execution by the Drillers.
To go in this ball game. Drillers 14, Titans 31.
Unfortunately, it's going to be too little too late for the Drillers tonight, but, you know, they're going to go out fighting. They'll probably line up for an onside kick right here if I know them.
Your overall thoughts, Coach?
I mean,
ladies and gentlemen, again,
it's just hats off to the Frontier Titans. They've dominated this game from the opening possession. The Drillers came out and they had a 3-and-out for the defense on the Titans, and they controlled the first half, and they came out and they got the ball to start the second half and drove down 12-play, 65-yard drive, 8 minutes off the clock. And it's really been all Titans all night long.
Your final thoughts on Kern Network player of the game. What do you think?
I think it's got to be Brady Campbell. The way that, you know, he's orchestrated this offense, and you said 3 touchdown completions?
3 touchdown passes.
You can't ask for more out of your quarterback. They did a great job. The only turnover was on an interception that was on a dropped pass. So I think he's done a great job all night long. And as the quarterback, you know, everybody looks to you to be the leader on the field, and he's done just that for these Titans. So my vote's for Brady Campbell.
Touchback.
Oh, some flags coming out late in the kickoff. So looks like a little more
Yeah, they're hugging it out.
So flags on the kickoff. Hats off to the Drillers. What a season. And as we talked about Coach Sheehy and what he's done to rebuild this brand again and get it back to where it belongs. And
Titans have the ball with 13 seconds
no doubt,
to go
11-1. You know, it's a great year for the Drillers. And like we talked about earlier, their lower levels have had great seasons as well. This program is definitely headed in the right direction, and not the outcome that they wanted, but again, it doesn't take away from everything that they've achieved this year, and they should leave with their heads held high and with a lot of pride.
Here it is, last play of the game. BC4 will take the snap, and he'll go down. So Campbell goes down, and he has been named our Kern High Network player of the game. Brady Campbell with 3 touchdown passes. And now look at this. Frontier Titans are the CIF Southern Central Section Division 1A champions. Adam, I want to thank you so much. To have you here is a great asset for us. We appreciate it. Great call tonight. And just as importantly, have a great holiday season. God bless you and have a great year next year. Looking forward to it.
Thank you very much, Chance. It's been a great opportunity for me to be here. I had a great time tonight, and God bless you too. Happy Thanksgiving to you and to all our fans tuning in. God bless you as well, and enjoy the holiday.
Had a great one. On behalf of Javier Valdez, myself, Coach Levinson, Stan Green, and everybody at the Kern High School District, that's a wrap. Your Valley champions are the Frontier Titans. They defeat the Bakersfield High School Drillers 31-14. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and we'll see you soon on the Kern High Network.
Great job, man.
Thank you.
You did really good.
I appreciate it, brother. First time.
Stan Green, Director of School Support Services and a member of the Central Section Executive Committee. Stan will first recognize the runner-up team, your Bakersfield High Drillers.
Okay, Javi.
Have a good night.
Have a good Thanksgiving. I'll talk to you next week.
All right, see you next week.
Yeah, buddy. Oh, man. Get out of here.
I'm ready to eat now.
Yeah, man. Boys, post game.
Have a good one.
Stan Green will be presenting the school services, recognizing the second place team, Drillers, before he recognizes the head coach, Rashawn Sheehy. And now, being recognized as Frontier High School, your Valley Championships winners. Presented to Chris Bandy, head coach of the Frontier Titans. Congratulations to the Frontier Titans, Coach Chris Bandy and all of his assistant coaches.